Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a Feel Good Friday. It's Smackdown here at the Wrestling for Life Network. It's going to be a fun one. We got lots to talk about, lots to get into on the eve of Backlash. What will tonight bring? We're going to find out together. Me and that pretty face have you for the next few hours, folks. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your Feel Good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we bring you WWE Smackdown tonight. Gonna be a fun one. Tomorrow, Backlash. We're going to be here live for that at 6 p.m. Don't miss out. Make sure you hit like, share, subscribe. Follow all our socials. Click the little bell. Be a part of the family. Be a part of all the shows. We got lots. We got lots. I see that chat filling up already. And remember, we want to see triple digits in this chat every single night. But like I said, we got lots to talk about, lots to get into, and we will be your live reaction to all the action tonight. But who are we? Well, I am Mr. KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and yes, it's the go-home show for Backlash. We're just 24 hours away from the last time Randy Orton and John Cena will square off 1-1.
Absolutely. I mean, it'll be very interesting how this plays out. Not a lot announced, which has been kind of common practice. You and I talked about that before we went live. But yeah, John Cena is going to be in the building tonight. We're going to get Carmelo and Malachi Black. So this shall be very interesting. And we'll see where that one goes. Nia taking on Jade, #1 contendership on the line. Who will challenge Tiffy Time? This shall be interesting as well. And then, of course, we do have that's it.
That's it. Outside of John Cena, yeah.
That is all she wrote. So again, as
no. We don't also. So we have the tag match. It's Damian and LA versus Jacob and Solo.
Yes, that is a thing.
I don't know if it's in there, but I got you covered at least with pulling it up in my brain.
But no, I mean, again, so very interesting. Lots to unfold tonight as we head towards Backlash tomorrow. There seems to be a little bit of optimism heading into Backlash that it's going to be all right. Again, not a lot. Definitely, I got two of the same one. But yeah, definitely going to be an interesting battle between everybody. I mean, everyone's talking about John Cena and Randy Orton in his hometown.
Well, and I was going to ask you, and even the chat, hi chat, we'll talk to you in a minute. You can still say hi. That does it feel like Randy's kind of on the build for this? And I know we've got the select dates and everything with John. He's not going to be in there week in and week out. They made a whole deal of it. That Randy's really kind of carried the build for this story. Like Randy and the nostalgia that we talked about like last night that Anthony's not a fan of. He doesn't buy into it. So would it have helped to have John here a little bit more to kind of play with the build?
Yeah, I felt that way going into WrestleMania as well, especially because there were several people like a Roman, Cena that were kind of involved in things, but not there consistently. Sometimes I think it hurts the overall build and the overall excitement for something. I agree with you as far as like Randy started this all off. We kind of expected Randy to go after John coming out of WrestleMania, especially with Backlash being in St. Louis. That first RKO was awesome. I mean, they had the one really good exchange. Randy has to come back and do kind of his own thing, last Friday. So, yeah, I mean, Randy's a solid pro. Fans would love to see him win it, but he has done, I'd say, the majority of the heavy lifting with this one.
And are you surprised at how well, though, Randy's been at all the promos? Like, he's really gone at John, and this really much, you can feel these are guys that have done this dance plenty of times. But yeah, if we're going to get John here tonight, obviously he's got the select dates and everything. So we knew Randy was going to have to carry most of the load, but I'm at least glad that Randy did it well.
Yeah. I mean, again, Randy's a pro and Randy's in that point of his career right now where this is kind of one of my, like, I love going back and sure, young Randy Orton, the legend killer, through all that. I mean, we know what career he's had, but he's kind of in this fun part of his career where he knows it's winding down and it looks like he's having a really good time. And it's relatable. The fans are behind it. They sing along every time he comes out. And I think ultimately, yeah, Randy can talk. Randy's always been kind of the Swiss Army knife of wrestlers.
Well, he's more the prototype than John ever was to an extent. I mean, he was literally the golden child. If you were to build a wrestler from the ground up, it would be Randy Orton. Probably number 2 would be John Cena. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that everyone always talks about, we see it, and we've seen it for years, is this just smoothness to Randy. Like, calling him the Viper was perfect. Like, that nickname found him. Like, he was that guy. The way he moves, at times it's like he doesn't have joints or bones. He just kind of slithers around, but everything was such a smoothness and a crispness. And at this point in his career, it's real fun because he has that move set, catchphrase,
Right.
but he has that move set that people look forward to. Like, he hits the vintage Randy, and I feel like half of everything he does, we're like, oh, vintage Randy, vintage Randy, vintage Randy. Like,
Literally call it 90% of his matches, calling it vintage Randy.
Right. So again, I think a heavy underdog under the circumstances. I haven't seen a lot of people picking Randy. I wouldn't say nobody's picking Randy, but I think anybody picking Randy is a bit of a wishful thinker on this one. But I still think this was a must do, and I think they're going to do it well.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, depending on how you view the main event of WrestleMania 41, do you think that John can still, at this point, have as good of a match as we think this is going to be?
No, I think John can't. Yes, and sorry, let me rephrase. Yes, I think they can pull off a really strong match. Will it maybe get the intensity or the pace that he used to do? We know that's not going to happen. We know he's a different man. We know Randy's a different man. But I do think they are smart enough, seasoned enough, 2 of the top guys of a generation. I really think that it's they know what they're doing, and they'll dance a very lovely ballet by the end of it all.
Well, they're going to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight. Do we see Travis Scott versus West Side Gun coming in involved in this?
Man, listen, I'm still nervous that Travis Scott shows up and fucks with this match. I really hope that's not the case.
Does Cody show up?
A lot of people talking about Cody returning. Now, part of me wondered when we did the predictions, is it too soon for Cody to come back? But there's a good amount of people anticipating Cody returning at Backlash. I just don't know what happened. Are we running Cody Cena SummerSlam? Like, what are we doing here? What's the plan?
I don't think they. I don't want Cody here just because I want this moment to be a moment into itself.
Yeah.
Of this is the last time we're going to see Randy versus John Cena. So if you're into that, then you want to kind of leave that moment untouched. You can always bring Cody back the next week, and maybe he has a bit of a promo. Maybe you can slow play, long play down the road to Cena versus Cody, or Cody comes back and he doesn't go directly at John initially. Yeah, it's going to be interesting where we go out of this, because for all intents and purposes, we know John's probably leaving with the belt. It is going to continue on, might not lose the belt till his last day on the job. So what's next after this? What's next on the Greatest Hits tour?
Yeah, so that becomes the question, right? Like, I think R-Truth deserves a match, not a pay-per-view match, but like, give us a impromptu Raw match or SmackDown. I don't give a shit what show. I think R-Truth deserves it. I think there should be an epiphany moment where Truth realizes John's like, you're a bad guy, like, with that childlike whimsy.
Oh, absolutely. I saw that. I've seen the clips get attack in my feed to where people were going to buy a little Jimmy action figure, which was just the box with nothing in it. Do you have a false hope spot in that match to where you actually believe at one point R-Truth might win it?
Yeah,
if they clearly get it was taken away.
You have that big spot where he does the 5-knuckle shuffle and then gets the pin, right?
Hits the AA 1, 2, and 3/4. Oh,
Did I take us on that ride? I think so. That is a good question. Is who's next on the greatest hits list? Is it a case that Cody comes back on Friday next week and says, John, I want my belt back, and like Drew McIntyre walks out and says, well, now, Cody, not quite yet. And that keeps Cody occupied with where John continues on and takes on another one of the, the dream matches.
Fair enough. Could be. And I see you got Bradley's super chat pulled up. We'll say hi to people in a quick second. But there's also the potential rumored guy who might be showing up either potentially tonight or at least on SmackDown. When he shows up in WWE, could show up at Backlash with Jeff Cobb. Does he get involved in anything with, say, Cody?
That'd be huge, kind of like, he's here and he's a big deal. Like, we're going to put him right into a program with Cody Rhodes. We're going to make it interesting. And, I don't know. Like, part of me wonders if Jeff ends up landing in, like, a faction. Like, does he come in to help the Bloodline? He's, like, a distant cousin.
But allegedly he's going to be on SmackDown. So unless he's helping out the Bloodline 2.0. Okay.
That's what I meant. Like, as far as Solo, we know Solo's got issues with Jacob. Could you use Cobb as the new enforcer to push Jacob out? Now are we stretching the definition of Polynesian, Samoan? Anything on the southern hemisphere, you're in.
Right. Well, you had me confused there. Roman or Solo? These bloodlines are confusing here. These timelines are confusing.
Right, but we have about 15 minutes, I believe, till the start of our show. So we will say hello to the chat. Like Nick mentioned, Bradley, $5 super chat. Folks, the super chat is your way to guarantee we click on your message. We try. We click on more chat messages than anybody else out there. But it gets busy, it gets hectic, and some of y'all talk a fool. But Bradley, and we appreciate you as always. $5 from Bradley says, even though we will be here tomorrow for Backlash and focusing on that. But happy Mother's Day on Sunday, everyone. Yeah, so Nick and I do have the days off on the Sunday off on Mother's Day. So lots of mothers and anybody out there and their moms. And if you're a mom, happy Mother's Day.
I was going to say, are you trying to call us the chat's moms, the viewers' moms right now and everything like that? We're celebrating Mother's Day. We raised them like John Cena raised our kids.
Right. That's what we needed the whole time.
Right.
But Zach is with us. My secret account. What's up with Gilbert? I like it. I hope Jade will beat Nia. It's interesting. I don't really want.
I hope it's a salvageable, good match.
Yeah, keep an eye on Naomi for this one.
Yeah, well, I'm honestly, and I'm going to say this respectfully, and I know Nia's, I did almost call her Nia. Nia's been great since she's came back, but she still works very stiff and still has an interesting style in ring, and Jade's still green as goose shit. So,
well, like I said,
I'm hoping that we still have a good match, because even the Tiffany match with Jade was passable.
It was pretty good. Again, and I said it then when they booked the Tiffany matches, if you don't let her swim, she's never going to learn to swim. So this protective thing, we got to put her in some matches. We got to put her in some spots, and she's got to learn to swim. We can't keep her on the sidelines. And no matter how much we train or prepare or practice, it's not a game. Ask Iverson, right? Practice? We talking about practice.
Where your water wings, though, bitch?
Right. Well, that's it. It's time to swim. It's time to flock off. Get out of the nest.
Yeah, but who do you think wins this match then? Because do we run back Tiffany and Jade that we just saw, or do we finally kind of put a pin in Nia and Tiff?
Yeah, I think it's Nia. I think it's Nia just because I still think Naomi's a problem. So either Naomi finds her way into this match or prevents Jade from getting into this match. That's the two scenarios in my head.
Then that makes perfect sense. I'm surprised I didn't even think of that.
Right. So again, I think even doing the preview show for Backlash, for all the criticism that WWE might receive at times, they've done a really good job with their stories, and they've done a really good job of leaving a lot of question marks in everything. One of the things rumored for tonight, Nick, Alexa Bliss is scheduled to be on the show. And if that is true, we got to find out where she slots in. What does this mean? What does this look like?
Well, and does that bring in back into the Wyatts and everything, which they
Yeah.
had the little glitch that I don't even think we talked about. Oh, it was either last week on Raw or a week or two before, behind Logan. But now again, I will preface this. Just because the internet said she was supposed to be there doesn't mean if she doesn't show up
Yeah.
that there's an issue, that someone
Nope.
thought they robbed us. This is
Right.
rumors telling you what allegedly might happen.
Right. Yeah, no, and we say that. I mean, unless you hear from the right source, it's hard to believe. So,
Unless
yeah,
they
again,
advertise it, I don't buy it.
exactly. And ultimately, I mean, again, a lot of question marks with that entire situation. We talk about John Cena, Cody, all that. What could happen there? Tiffy, Naomi, this whole situation, the U.S. title. We're getting a fatal 4-way tomorrow. So a lot of things up in the air and a lot of question marks, which I think is good for your wrestling show or any show.
Right.
What's up, Eric? How you doing? How you doing? Kevin's back at it again. Ken, good to see you. Give his leg back. Do we want to talk about this or do we want to get through the chat and then jump on this? We probably should have opened with this.
We need to say hi to the chat. I feel like we're like 10, 20 minutes behind, but 100%, I said it in our group chat. I think Tony just watched the TLC match from SmackDown after WrestleMania and just decided they did a prosthetic leg. I'll do a prosthetic leg too.
Well, I asked a question to the internet today through our channel, social, and we'll talk about it just as far as it's really odd to me. Like as a day oneer with AEW, it just doesn't feel right. I don't get it. So we'll get there. Let's say hello to the people, and then we'll circle back to IHOP.
Good old peg leg, Patchy the Pirate there.
Ken, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, we'll talk about that. What's up, KJ and Big Nick? I can't watch SmackDown. I have a Sprite and Cheetos. Eat. Well, I mean, take the good with the bad, and we'll keep you up to date.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, respectfully, does that not sound like someone who eats? Is that's consistent with their diet of Sprite and Cheetos?
Sprite, Cheetos, and eat. That's well, my. But
right?
Good to see you, Clay. Good to see you, Michael. Welcome back. Saying hello to all the peeps, and welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Anthony Varga, man, oh man, KJ and Nick. A lot of contract is up from Miss Willow. Now, I haven't confirmed if this is a new story or what.
Fightful has said that this is her contract here, and AEW hopes to retain her. So this sounds like a whole lot of a nothing burger. It was a slow news day. So people like Willow. Let's talk about Willow.
Yeah, it's funny because Sean, our old sappy out there,
good old tree sap.
I almost retweeted him and then I deleted it because he's a headache. But at the end of the day, it was funny because we're getting really good at these contract things, my thought is, and it is true. Yeah, you're really good at telling us they happened after they happened, and we all found out together. You guys are
fucking weathermen out here of just telling us what we're seeing.
Just the magic 8-ball of wrestling coverage. Thank you. Anthony, good to see you. Hope I don't know what's up with Willow. Lots of names are answering, and I do love this aspect of wrestling right now is who's coming and going.
Well, absolutely. Everyone loves free agency in sports.
Right. Floyd, good to see you. Sammy Guevara teasing on leaving AEW. Oh boy. I can't imagine that. He just feels well, I mean, he has been relegated to Ring of Honor since Mercedes showed up.
Yeah, but I saw this earlier, and unless there's a source out there that I didn't see, I just did a quick search through Twitter, KJ White, KJ White. But yeah, I didn't see anything as far as Sammy news popping up. So yeah.
We'll see. See Money, good to see you. Speaking of seeing, Christian Power, what's up, everyone? As much as I respect Randy Orton and everything he has accomplished over 23 years of his career, but unfortunately, he will not win the WWE Championship at Backlash tomorrow. Well, welcome, Christian. Welcome, Andy. Good to see you. Good to see you. The God in the building. Use all those hashtags, folks. I like the end tribalism one. We are the end of the tribalism. But yeah, man, this use all those hashtags. Welcome back, Yeet God. Denisha is in the house. How you doing, Denisha? Bradley, we already got you, but thank you again, sir. This list gets longer every week, and I love it. Safit, Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights, MDB, the Knee Pad Patrol, Jerome's with us. Christian Powers back at it again. Dennis Hodge. Hello, everybody. How you doing? How you doing?
What up?
Daryl Keith Ford. What's up? What's up? What's up? Chris, always a pleasure, sir. Roll Ties with us again. I believe you got a birthday coming up, sir. So we're going to celebrate that. Jose, how you doing? How you doing? Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, Jose's talking shit about the Leafs there. He said, don't you get too comfortable now, KJ.
Listen, we said we coming out the gate hot. Florida's got to snap to it, but they're right neck and neck as I expected. This is a huge game. A huge game.
Huge.
Right? We win tonight, it's over. I mean, period. I'll stake the claim on that one.
It's all over but the crying, and then hopefully KJ doesn't end up crying.
Knock on wood. But Florida's not going away tonight. It's a fucking battle. 2 quick goals for the Leafs to start the game. But right. Jose, always good to see. Cherokee George. Evening all. I heard rumors of Goldberg. Everybody's beating this drum. I don't know what the hell, but we'll see. We'll see. It might deflate me a little.
Getting let the air out of the goddamn room with that. I think the only source on this is either Meltzer or Goldberg himself.
Goldberg, I'm coming back.
That's literally. I think we talked about this last night. Who honestly else is clamoring, wants to see a Goldberg match in 2025 outside of William H. Goldberg?
Right. Again, this is like this. We owe him one kind of vibe. Again, I worry sometimes because Triple H was one of the boys. Like we've seen a lot of involvement of people that Triple H is close with. Undertaker's all like Mark Calloway is all over the shows. Like
Bill is not one. Bill is not one.
Bill is not one, but I wonder if there's like this, like, well, let's give him one more match. I don't know. I don't get the point of it, but regardless.
No, because then you'd have Mark, you'd have Taker pop up and say, no, he almost goddamn killed me in goddamn Saudi Arabia. Right. And that was 5 years ago, if not more. So we're not letting him have a match right now with one of our top guys.
Taker, Goldberg, run it back, shoot. Let's go.
No.
Go shoot. Nick and KJ, a lot of smaller PLEs are better than we don't know the matches. Tomorrow's matches in the PLE feel like it will shock us. Jason, I think Nick, you were the one that actually brought this up, and the idea that Backlash has had a tendency to overachieve. We've had some really good backlashes. So it's a B show, and we see that with some of the booking, but it could really be a good one.
That's always been the case, at least of the past couple two. Well, granted, the past two have been overseas, so that might have played a hand into it.
For sure.
But they came out a lot better than they went going in. They were very much, in like a lion, out like a lamb type of shit, or however you want to do it, reverse it. But they didn't go in looking like the best card, the best build, and then they just took the fuck off. Like, especially the Backlash in Puerto Rico was insane. The crowd was nuts. And then the one in France that we just had, that's when they introduced the whole fucking seismograph and everything. Because they sat there and they were shaking buildings.
Instantly, saxophone.
I tried so hard not to fucking say it, my guy. Get out of my head. I wanted to so bad.
Roll tie. Edmonton and Vegas had a cinematic game. Great game last night. And great finish. Vegas is a hard out, but Edmonton winning 2 on the road. Woohoo! Hold on if you're an Oilers fan, because coming back home with a 2-0 lead is really good.
I will just give some slight credit to, I know I live in New England, but the New York Knicks pulling off just back-to-back 20-point deficit wins, and you want to talk about cinematic, the end of that last game. Good googly moogly.
Right? No, I mean, again, it's good to be a Knicks fan and not so good to be a Celtics fan right now, but hey.
All right.
We'll come back to you, Jose. Who else we got here? I haven't said hello to yet. Bradley got you. Lenny the Cool. I like it. What up? What up? Rocking it a little. I almost thought it was Rodman, but it's actually Jordan.
AI Jordan, because the hand in the face is kind of fucked up.
Right, it threw me off. But let's go. Luxio, welcome back. Good to see ya. IHOP. I did. I did wish Ricochet luck on his IHOP match on Wednesday. You Frost fan, Jose. What? Oh, like Lady Frost? We'll get back there. Mike, how you doing? How you doing? Roll Tide got you. Saffit. Dun, dun, dun. Kevin, Chris, Spaz in the door with a $10 super chat. Nick, I didn't pre-read it. You go.
Thanks. Just let me get canceled. You fall
Right.
on this grenade. Love you, Spaz. Say it a lot. Don't say it enough. You guys are kicking ass, and I aspire for the kind of success you guys have earned. Oh, we ain't earned shit, but
We ain't started yet.
Yeah, we just getting warmed up. This is practice, not a game. This is practice. It's all love and all vibes. I wasn't done reading.
Oh shit! I didn't even do that. It means you do that.
It's all love and it's all vibes for a Friday. Hashtag FTK all day. Hashtag Kigs and Sticky. Hashtag WFU.
Kigs and Sticky. Holy shit! We have to put that on a jersey.
Well, now you might have just let the cat out of the bag. We didn't talk about that yet. We haven't made sure that we're going to announce that yet. So you pretend you didn't hear that. Earmuffs, folks. Earmuffs.
Well, we got a minute. What I'll say is this to the people who are listening right now. We're going to do, I think we're going to set up a pre-sale. We're going to work on it. But we're going to require you guys to jump up and send the channel email if you are actually interested. We're going to do pre-orders on potential Wrestling for Life Network hockey jerseys. So you'll be able to customize it to a name and number of your choosing or liking. You can get the host and their name and their number of choosing. But yeah, or you can get blank, whatever you want. But yeah, we're working on in the works right now. I got some few other little touches to put on it, but we're hoping to provide everyone out there with an opportunity to get yourself a Wrestling for Life Network hockey jersey.
This man's got hockey fever. And trust me though, when he sent this to me before, when we got off stream, I was like, I'll buy two. And before he even finished the idea, I'll buy two. So yes, absolutely 100%. I love the idea. And again, we're probably all a lot of large gentlemen and so on and so forth. Yep. And who doesn't want to be out there, playing some good old fun hockey? There we go. Scoring the hockey goals, wearing a Wrestling for Life hockey jersey.
It's so funny. Ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown is about to start. I just popped for the intermission replay of the goal. Motherfucker. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go. SmackDown about to begin.
We are flying the cup.
It's going to be a win.
Oh, I got now. No. I hiccuped. Do you have forever?
Forever.
A hiccup again.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can sync up at home. My God.
Together. There we go.
Follow along, folks. Going to be a fun one. Remember, the prediction title is on the line tomorrow. OG Dale defending the title against all comers. Pause. But it should be a good one. And again, it's going to come down to a tie break, usually on the small shows. Kicking this one off tonight, Nick, Damian Priest. Byron Saxton.
Yeah, we got to put him over before he takes the pin tomorrow night. So, yeah.
Shit.
I almost didn't think he was in this match. And I was going to say, of course, the man who's not in this match is the man who's eating the fucking pin.
Right.
You scared me. I see Christian. Finally, a hockey jersey. See when he called you a mark.
Yeah, I totally marked out. KJ shakes head. Yeah, no, listen. And LA Knight on screen. Now, they will be teaming up. I wonder if this is how we're going to open this one tonight.
I would assume if we've got them right here, damn near in the tunnel now, does LA need to go heel? Does LA always have the worst luck of being a babyface all the time? And maybe now we just need to change something up and he goes heel.
I've been really playing with that idea, Nick. I mean, LA still gets a reaction. The reaction isn't what it used to be. And I think it would be better for him to turn and more impactful for him to turn while people are still kind of behind him for the most part, right? If they give up on him and then he turns, it's all right, well, okay. But if he kind of pulls it now.
Well, and my just froze, so I need to refresh. But especially if this mid-card scene starts to get a little bit more inflated, if you bring in a Jeff Cobb, we've already got Jacob Fatu, who don't really see him getting usurped as champion for a while. You've got Drew in here. If we bring in Solo involved in this, what's still going on with Shinsuke Nakamura? Malachi Black's here. Mm-hmm. This mid-card scene's about to get a lot more crowded. Right. So maybe if LA does something to put himself head, shoulders, knees, and toes above the pack.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like, and again, even with this match here tonight, like, does Jacob and Solo get along? Does Drew get involved? How does this go? How does this play out? So again, get your votes in, folks. Who you taking? Who you taking? Who you taking? What's up, theater? How you doing, Larry? Welcome. Oh,
So
100%.
I had just had LA Knight in the corner, and I have the Backlash logo for the Fatal 4-Way.
I have that. He's up on the second turnbuckle now.
Far corner by the announce desk.
Yes, sir.
Fair enough. All right. No, my froze and I had to refresh, so I'm making sure we sing Patico.
Stewie Gotts.
Stu Gotts, yeah.
What up, Boston? How you doing? Keith Sweat for the W. Yeah, this could be an absolute kerfuffle tonight.
Well, the big question too, we wondered for how long now, is when do we get the follow-up between Solo and Jacob? You've talked about it. When is that? Or are we going to actually do that? Or do we just keep teasing it?
Yeah, and I think where I'm stuck right now is it a rivalry without a title because Solo cost Jacob the title, or do they battle over the title? That's my own. I think the title being involved elevates it a little bit for me, so I'm kind of leaning that way.
Do you think they would have to pivot to the title because Tama and Tonga getting injured so recently, so kind of back? Well, Tonga's still coming back from one, Loa, this, that, and the third, but that was going to be what the feud was about, of control of the bloodline. But now, since the bloodline's literally just Solo and Jacob, there's nothing to fight over besides the fucking title.
Right? You can't play tug of war without the rope, right? So,
yeah.
Yeah, I would assume that's a safe bet that, you know, this bloodline thing kind of faltered a little bit, and Jacob does Jacob things. So you get Jacob the belt, and you kind of wait until the other two guys can contribute, because again, you want the heel to have some type of advantage, and one-on-one Solo Jacob. Sorry, cuz you're getting run over.
Well, and that feels like the thing to, you know, really kind of fight for, is then you would have had Solo casted out, and now Jacob's got his kind of little group or little posse behind him.
Right.
And then that can just get more into the Samoan SWAT team, this, that, and the third. It can expound beyond.
Yeah, absolutely. As Jade shows up, chucks a water bottle at Naomi's picture on the truck.
That was the most like unnatural action I think I've ever fucking seen in my life. Like, who does that? Honestly, I thought it was a shoe for half. I was going to say, who throws a shoe?
What's up, Jordan? How you doing, theater? We got you. There's someone else I thought in the mix, but Odds, welcome back. How you doing? Benny, miss a good old collision. I heard it was decent.
We can talk about that on the commercial break. But I see, Ronan, what up? I see Spaz with a $5 super chat as I got Jacob coming out. Gotta get the plug in early, pause, wherever you've been in pod. I got a preview for Backlash and MLP Northern Rising, and I got me rambling about NXT and AA. I like that out. It's NXT and AA.
Yay.
Yeah, I say nay.
Right, let's go. Go check it out, folks. And again, thank you for the super chat. As here comes Solo and Fatu.
Them as the fucking tag team, though, honestly, of now that the rest of the bloodline's kind of withered away, them as a fucking tag team is decimating people.
Absolutely.
Now, granted, Jacob deserves being U.S. champ. Like, I'm waiting till we get him in a world title picture, but yeah.
Well, that's like what, like, it really gets interesting how this plays out with him being U.S. champion, right? Like, is it a short run? You get a taste of it, but it's Solo's fault. He's not champion anymore. But then when he's done with Solo, he goes after the world title instead. There is a bit of a holding pattern with John holding the belt, because we think he's going to hold it till at least SummerSlam.
But, well, by the way, I think that this isn't like, I think Jacob's down in this division for a while. Like, I don't think we see Jacob in a world title feud this year. Because we got John till December.
Huh? Yeah, maybe could he win a Rumble?
Could he win next year's Money in the Bank?
All that. I think he's so hot. I could see. I mean, maybe
Karrion Kross is winning this year's Money in the Bank. I'm saying this now. I've said this before.
Logan
I will
Paul.
bookmark it, stamp it. Fuck you.
Logan
No, Karrion Kross is
Paul.
winning this year's Money in the Bank briefcase.
And just honestly, I don't think Logan Paul is going to win the Money in the Bank. The rumor is that Logan Paul will fight Jay at Saturday Night Main Event. We thought that this week because they didn't announce it, right? So
yeah, you couldn't announce that tonight too, especially you're announcing a Raw title on SmackDown.
So LA and Damian not getting along. Solo taking advantage, jumping. Denisha with a $10 super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But real quick before that goes off, 42% taking Pierce because I can't spell apparently. In LA. So 42%, Fatu and Solo getting 32, and nobody getting a whopping 26. So people who are got our eye out for trouble.
Well, again, though, you figure these men are in a fatal four-way come tomorrow, not come Tuesday. But that Drew probably gets involved, gets his nose dirty in this, and he ends up deciding this.
Yeah, I mean, again, and we still have a lot of like, does Damian and LA get along? Does Solo and Jacob get along? Does Drew stick his nose in? So yeah, man, let's go. We're starting the night off with a bang. And again, not a slam dunk for either team as far as the chat's concerned.
Right. But Denisha, again, with the $10 super chat. KJ and Big Nick, I'm seeing that Sam is leaving AEW. Thoughts? If anyone can send us a source, a quote, or anything, what have you, because like I said, we're kind of doing this. Yeah, I hadn't seen this. I tried to look earlier before we went live and hadn't seen anything. So if this is a breaking story, we can talk about it, but I need to know where it's coming from.
Here's the thing with Sammy Guevara. Like, Sammy's seemed to have a lot of upside. Me personally surprised if he parts way. He was so, we talk about it. Like, Tony went to his wedding and feels like he's part of the family. So again, is it a ruse? Is it a ploy to get more money? But Sammy's not exactly in high demand. There is a lot of Sammy Guevaras in the wrestling world right now.
LA with a tope.
Olay.
Well, we got Damian in LA arguing over. No, I got this, my guy. No, I got this. No, you needed my help as we go to commercial.
Yes,
I will ask this to you, to the chat, to anyone that can hear my voice in all the greatest hemispheres. If Sammy leaves AEW, is that very much an indictment on what's really going on backstage? Because like you said, he is one of those, like, he's in deep with Tony of like, he's if there is ever a Tony guy, Sammy Guevara is on a fucking short list of who would be that guy. And if he's cutting bait, that's more of a warning sign. I think that's probably the biggest warning sign.
It's like when one of the higher ups in a cult jumps ship, you're like, something's about to go wrong. So yeah, I mean, again, a lot of ways, to me, it would be surprising. But again,
if Sean left WWE, I think that might be a bit of an exaggeration. But so I'll what can I find a way? Like if Randy left WWE, that might be still a bit of a reach, but that would be kind of one of those of like, that's a weird move that doesn't make sense unless there's an underlying issue.
Yeah, and maybe the issue is the fact that he's been marginalized for a year. How long has he been
over Monet?
Well, that's it, right? And again, I think if you're going to employ both people, you have to come to some comfortable way to do it. And I think Sammy's thinking, I'm going to be on Ring of Honor forever, so maybe I will try NXT. Could Sammy come into NXT and do some stuff and prove us? Yeah. But Sammy's always going to be that high-flying, lower middle card guy.
Does Sammy go to AAA?
Well, I mean,
I can go and fight for Kingo. I backdoor my way into WWE.
Right? I mean, we've seen Sammy and Taya hold titles in AAA. So, yeah.
Well, and wasn't... why am I blanking now on his damn name? Tay Conti. Yes. Wasn't she in NXT for a little bit?
Yes. Yeah.
So she's been around the block a time or now.
Yeah, she was in. Was she in the Mae Young Classic, the first one? She might have been.
Christ almighty, the vitamins are making the pages stick together now.
Wait, teacher.
Fact checkers, let us know. But yeah.
People blame CM Punk for Colt Cabana got lost TV time, but no one says anything about Mercedes doing it to Sammy. I think part of it is because what Sammy did sucked, and it was a kind of a stupid move. But I think that you're right in the sense of protection.
Can I bring up a point that I feel no one's really talking about?
Okay.
That no one has any bit of the same energy when AW lets the righteous go versus when WWE releases talent.
Yeah.
We had releases from both companies, and I'm not saying a crash out because of releases is a good thing, but one very much got a pass, and we didn't even question them leaving. We were more excited that they were leaving versus WWE lets people go and people lose their goddamn minds. You got to do stupid TikToks for fucking clickbait.
Right. Yeah, I mean, again, you're right. I mean, I feel like it was reported, like I seen some people like WWE fire talent, like going to that degree, and then other people, the same people reported, the righteous and AEW are parting ways peacefully.
And wouldn't you know, those are the same people that preach end tribalism. Why can't we all just get along? It's because you build the fucking fence. You're selling fucking cement blocks in a wall building period.
Right. But Spaz, $2 super chat. This is funny. I'm not going to read it out loud for algorithm purposes. But yeah, that's funny as shit. Who thunk it?
Well, I saw people that were like, when he shows up to make his first appearance, look in my eyes, what do you see? A pope with personality.
But by the way, Solo is in control of Damian right now. Matches started off on a good pace. A lot of heat on Solo, right? I'm actually pleasantly surprised with how much heat that Solo's getting.
Yeah, and you kind of worried for the longest time of, does Solo end up the one lost in all of this, especially next to Jacob?
Oh, a little bit
of it. He's not the same thing I did. He threw Solo through Jacob in the ropes. I was like, did he just fucking turn on him this early in the match?
And then he hits the senton with just a little bit outside.
Right.
But yeah, Jacob in control. I think they've done a good job of, like, Jacob's going to overshadow a lot of people, but I think they've done a pretty good job of keeping Solo looking strong and purposeful in as well. Like,
but that has been debatable. That has been debatable.
You think? Yeah, fair enough. I mean, but I do think they've managed to keep his heat in this situation.
It is still, like, honestly, we have to still appreciate it and take it into account. Literally balancing this many talent and having them all be over at the same time is not a fucking easy skill or an easy thing to pull off, because think about it. If it was easy, everyone would do it.
Right. It's almost impossible. Nick, and again, we talk a lot about the online banter, and I think it was you retweeted or put out something about the whole idea of, like, we want them on TV. And then,
yeah, I believe it. You give me half a second, I will pull up the exact kid. I can read it off if you'd like.
Alexis, how you doing? How you doing? KJ Jericho and Nick, Big Nick Chu. So that's kind of funny.
No, and yeah, I saw you
sound like Big
me in her goddamn post too. Either no, she can stay on Evolve. You can stay there. Well, and did you see Nikita Lyons out there on Evolve? As we got LA Knight firing up.
Woo! Yes, I did.
The man's so excited for LA Knight and Nikita Lyons. You never seen it before.
There's something about Nikita Lyons that just feels so manufactured. Everything about her feels like I saw somebody like captioned her intro from Evolve last night and said, "Did the button get stuck on Taunt?"
Like, yes, I believe that was actually your favorite buddy there, Crappy Sappy, the sap tree there.
Was it him?
Actually it was, because I even saw a lot of people shouting out the ref that was even like giving the face of like, huh?
Big
But-
clothesline from Priest.
right?
As him and LA are having a bit of anything you can do, I can do better moment.
Well, they're about to compete in a match for a title tomorrow. So yeah. But no, with Nikita Lyons, we try and stay away from the Timu, the wish shot.
Sorry, Nick. LA tagged himself in, and Priest is pissed. Yeah, these two are losing. Soto knocking LA into Damian.
Right.
Is LA about to eat a pin? Super fucking kick.
Right. Is about to eat that spike.
Dun dun dun. Oh, under BFT.
Boom.
Wow.
1, 2,
Solo.
3, and Solo takes a pin.
I'm like, they've done a good job making him still be strong. 1, 2.
And it is pin.
Sons of bitches. No, again, this will set up more anger and angst between Solo and Jacob.
Right.
They're brawling. Jacob says, fuck you both. Excuse my language.
Oh, I think we made it long enough in this video at this point. But yeah, Jacob just wearing over LA and Priest. But yeah, the Nikita Lyons thing. I know we strive and try and get away from comparing people to the Timu, the Wish.coms of people and everything. But she thinks about herself the same way Mercedes Moné does. She gives a whole lot of fuck about me, and that's it. She thinks she's super talented. She can sing, she can do karate, she can dance. She's this, she's that, and she ain't none of it.
Yeah, speaking of shaking and jiving, and more importantly, Jacob is just laying waste to LA and Damian right now. The chance of Fatu. I love Fatu in the background. No Drew yet.
Yeah, well, I'm halfway trying to be quiet because I'm like almost anticipating it, but it is very much that might be just your straight solo feud.
There it is. There it is.
Oh!
I said yet. Drew McIntyre in the house.
Clay Moore.
Anybody fucking with Jacob's getting booed now.
Well, is Jacob versus Drew your big feud coming out of this? Maybe. Is that your feud you probably build towards SummerSlam, Money in the Bank?
It could be. As Drew holding up that title, Jacob laid out.
If you were to pick someone besides Jacob, I feel like it would probably be Drew.
Yeah, I saw a couple polls on Twitter where it made me laugh because it was literally like Jacob 90%, Drew 5%, and the other two splitting the rest. Like, there's not a lot of faith in LA or Damian on this one.
Right.
Well, that's not allowed.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what is allowed is R-Truth in the back with a "Let's Go" Cena side, and Jimmy's still trying to smarten him up.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Build this. I like this. I want the R-Truth moment.
Yeah, Jimmy though. Cena sucks though.
Right? You broke my heart, John Cena.
Is that the biggest heel turn moment of Cena? Is you break R-Truth, the man who can't be broken. You broke him.
Look, and you literally get like, if you want some heat, beat up R-Truth. R-Truth will get you all the heat you need.
And it even plays into it perfectly. Let's go, Cena, as he holds up the sign and then stops so you can hear the crowd chant, Cena sucks.
Right? Fatu sucks. I don't know. Drew versus Fatu 1-on-1. I could see that being a thing.
I probably money in the Bank because SummerSlam's still a ways away. But that'd be Money in the Bank for sure.
Drew could be in Money in the Bank.
He's got non-flashbacks when it comes to Money in the Bank.
Right. So again, that's what I like. I mean, a lot up in the air as far as Money in the Bank. It's good, but we are on a commercial break, folks. They're giving us the rundown of Saturday Night Main Event, Battleground, all on the 24th, 25th. We're also covering Under Siege on the 23rd. So much coming your way. It's going to be a jam-packed weekend, and then we're not that far off from Money in the Bank. AAA Worlds Collide. So that will be a marathon theme. That's a goal. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, where do I gotta go? Is it my cue to take a pause?
Oh, Jay, that's nonsense.
No, speaking of bullshit, speaking of nonsense, as we're in our commercial break and we said that we talk about it earlier, do we want to talk about Zach Gowen versus Ricochet?
I feel like we've been pushing this down the docket because this is not going to go well. I asked the internet today to start this off on a nice note, Nick. I asked the internet today. Oh, that is a goal. Shit. Does AEW is supposed to be the antithesis of everything the WWE is. They don't want to be the WWE. But we keep seeing runbacks and reruns of old WCW angles, old WWF angles. Like, apparently that hokey shit that nobody liked. Now, Tony Khan's in our age bracket, or at least my age bracket. Tony Khan's older than me. So that heyday of the Attitude Era and all that, he was all for it, into Ruthless Aggression. So to run back Zach Gowen, which means nothing to AEW. It means absolutely fucking all to AEW as a company. Historically, it's just a guy that was in someone else's ring once upon a time. So I don't get it as an AEW fan. I think you're fucking killing your product with this shit.
To think we saw all of these recent releases from WWE, and even the ones that are coming up on their 90-day, 30-day non-competes and everything. And we always joke about Tony's going to bring back ex-WWE talent. Who would have thought the ex-WWE talent he brought back was Zach fucking Gowen? Right. Again, I said it before of that. I feel like he just watched the TLC match from SmackDown right after WrestleMania, and any prosthetic leg you can do, I can do better. This feels so Vince Russo, so 2000s WCW vibe. Because no one who is currently watching AEW knows who the fuck Zach Gowen is. So it's just, why is this Ricochet asshole picking on this poor cripple boy? That's what it is, a little bit of like, why is this a thing? And then even then, you've got Nigel in a match on the same show. You've got Tony Schiavone being a prominent, like, almost. Are we going to get Tony Schiavone versus the FTR?
Right, but didn't we just have, like, didn't one company just start a storyline with a commentator in a match? Like, didn't that just happen?
Now, like, which came first, the Schiavone or the McAfee?
What?
I said, which came first, the Schiavone or the McAfee?
Well, I think we all know what came first, which is odd because it's currently still happening. Like, you're running a parallel storyline at the same time.
That's what AEW is now. It's not trying to be the alternative program. It's a parallel universe.
Which is terrible. And they're taking some of the worst shit from the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression, or, you know, they're taking dumb shit and rerunning it, and it's not working.
I can't wait to get a insider, message or something that Russo has been secretly had a secret hand in booking for AEW all along.
Yeah, first thing I did, I saw the call out for it, and I quote tweeted it with Russo. Just, yeah, that's exactly what this feels like. This feels like Vince Russo. This feels, and again, for me, it's another one of the things or angles that
these aren't angles. These aren't even dangles.
Let's call it an angle. Fuck it, for argument's sake.
Right.
It's one of, like, where you have to look into WWE history to know why this is significant, why this matters, why this is happening. So you are actually encouraging people to go look at the old product that is not yours, not your lore, not your, like, it to me, it's fucked because you're basing it, well, they were enemies in New Japan. They were enemies in Ring of Honor in 1998. Like, you got to build within your world. And they keep using.
Is it a covert ops? As I got Drew getting interviewed by Saxon backstage. This man has adopted the salmon suit ever since Mark Henry hanging up. But is it one of those of it's a secret double ops agent move of we're going to make you go back and look at shit WWE footage, so then you realize how good AW is because it's not that shit WWE footage,
right? And again, I mean, the funniest thing about Ricochet, and I said I've given Ricochet credit because he's generating a lot of buzz and he's really developing a lot of hate. Now, is he getting to the point where he's trying to get that go home, that go away heat, that Xbox heat? I hate to say it. Sorry, I love you, Xbox. But again, if you're going to brag and you're going to be this prick and this big heel, you're in nothing matches with Draglistico. You're going to go fight the one-legged guy. And some people are like, best heel in of the year, best heel ever. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, let's not overextend. His, like, kind of like John Moxley, Ricochet's words don't match his booking. He needs to be booked better if he's going to run his mouth so much.
Yeah, well, it was getting there, and it was there when they were showing.
Sorry, Drew was cross-eyed, made me laugh.
Is he doing his version of, with the Undertaker?
Yeah. He's making fun of Jacob. What a good cut from him, McIntyre.
That's a goddamn dangerous move, though. Bullet strategy cotton taking a shot at Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, but well, he hit him with the Claymore, Nick, and we roll on. We'll see what's up next here for SmackDown. But yeah, I mean, this to me is the stuff that's hurting AEW. When you want to be considered legitimate, when you want to see your wrestlers in the mainstream being talked about, when, like, I'd say 85, 90% of the AEW roster could walk down the street and not have one person go, hey, that's so-and-so. Right? And if they ever want to get to that point where they're recognizable, this shit's going to keep pulling them down. And you're going to a bag of tricks of a guy that, I don't know, man, not a whole lot of respect goes that way because of the booking.
Commentary and old veteran callbacks, what have yous. I thought I saw the Brood there for half a second. It's just Chelsea and the Service. They're holding a eulogy. But
are they having a funeral for the U.S. champion? Yeah.
Yes. As now we finally see Zelina with the belt. But most of the commentary and debuts is most of your big show in the middle of spring, your beach break, what have you. Like, you don't have, how good is your roster that you need to use fucking commentators and Zach Gowen on your fucking show?
Well, and I think we talked about it for months now. Like, I've been begging on a Wednesday, please use the guys and girls that we like. Stop using the bad
At least we got Sky Blue back. At least we get Sky Blue.
But, and then they instantly put her in an eliminator tag match. Why? Why would you do that to either Tony or Sky? Sky's coming back. You put her in something where she can wrestle and build up a rapport for being good at something other than having a nice ass. Like, that's really where people are hanging their hat because, again, you're putting in her tag match, the 4th eliminator in 3 weeks, by the way. And why do this? Why would you just throw her into this? Because she'll be on TV for 3-4 weeks and then be gone again for 6 months.
Right. Well, I have Chelsea Green out here right now. Trust me, no, I agree. But and I like that they're wearing all black. They were just in mourning, and now we're out here like a fucking funeral brigade.
Right.
So it's Zelina and TBD versus Chelsea and Piper.
Yeah. TBD and Piper. What?
No, TBD and Zelina versus Chelsea and Piper.
Right. Well, folks, we go to a commercial break. We are still rolling on. And as you can tell, there's lots to talk about. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Get in that chat. Don't forget, we are back tomorrow. Backlash, 6 p.m. We go live, and we're going to be here all night long for all the action, all the fun. We're going to get into it. Saturday night streams always cook on this channel. So we're looking forward to being back at it like a jackrabbit. And but lots coming your way. Lots of pay-per-views. Lots of bonus shows, bonus coverage. So make sure you're here for all of it, folks.
Oh, absolutely. And we talked about it earlier of even if you might not feel the greatest going into a Backlash, you're going to leave really excited that you watch Backlash. We've seen it. It's now 2-3 years in the making here at this point of the history of it. So, yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, John. We appreciate it. We really do. Thank you. We need a flush. KJ, when's the next interview? We're working on it. Busy times. Right. AEW is 08 TNA. I understand why people feel this way, and I get mad because I go online and I see people like last night's show. Oh, that was an 8 for sure. That show killed. It didn't. And part of why it didn't was like the Bucks did the exact same match with 2 less people a week apart. The same moves. I love that move where they hang him up on the top rope and springboard him into the power bomb. But they did it last week. They did it again this week. Now you're just giving me reruns. So use the Harley Cameron. Harley and Anna Jay got such a huge reaction for their little fucking moment together. Use the people that are being cheered. The Megan Baines, the Toni Storms, which you do use her, thank God. The women need some secondary storylines. Stop throwing everybody in eliminator matches. Stop using tournaments as a crutch. And again, these bullshit gimmicks where you're trying to hot shot a number. Zach Gowen is not going to make more people watch. On the contrary, it might actually make people go away.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Christ, there's a talent that they have there regularly that makes people go away. But yeah, I'll take a whiskey drink, I'll take a vodka drink. That AEW it has good things going. Like I am intrigued by the Hurt Syndicate, MJF. I want to see where the Hangman Ospreay. I want to see where we get to who eventually dethrones Moxley, because that needs to happen.
It's Will
Ospreay. But for the few good, there's so much bad that it just snowplows, it avalanches everything else. That I've said it now for I think 2 years. It's WCW.
Yeah, I feel like, and I've used this example before, Nick. I feel like Tony is like Tom Hanks in Big. It's a kid. It's like a 15-year-old kid in a grown man's body, and he's booking for the 15-year-old Tony Khan. The problem is when you get 40, the shit that was cool when we were 15, not as cool as it used to be. Oh,
as cool as he used to be. I got Aleister Black right now on my screen. Tony has the problem. He doesn't have a rev limiter. He has no one that can tell him no. And instead, he actually has more people that are telling him wrong information than good information.
Yeah. He has no filter. He has nobody he needs a best friend to go, that's not good.
No, he needs an honest friend. He doesn't exactly need a best friend. He needs an honest friend. Folks, let's be honest. It's better to have an honest friend than a best friend, because a best friend will tell you lies just to staying your best friend. An honest friend will
should be telling you all the truth. Your true best friend tells you how it is, calls it out, lets you know what's up. He doesn't cater to you. He doesn't fluff your ego the way other people do. Your best friend has got your 6 all the fucking time. So that's what Tony Khan needs. A real friend to go, hey, man, your fly's down. You look like you just partied really hard with the eyeball things going on, and maybe change your booking a little.
Does that make me 9 if you've got my 6? What?
Moving on.
Right.
I heard Cross pays for his own promos. That's hustle. I mean, again, he's put a lot of effort into it. I don't know if he pays for them, though.
I wouldn't believe that, as, again, we've still got the house. I kind of want to keep calling him Malachi. Malachi seems like a cooler name than Aleister somehow. But Cross, I think, has like top 3, top 5, like selling shirt right now in WWE. Yeah. And he's not a prominent guy. Well,
he's not
prominent guy. Yeah, well, yeah, actually, yeah, fuck.
What's he had? 2 matches like on TV? He's
prominent on the internet. He's prominent in the fans' hearts, but not on television.
Yeah, we don't necessarily see him wrestle, but we did see him, squeeze the fuck out of some baseball bats.
Motherfucker. Yeah. Anyone get scared for Scarlett during that? Anyone get scared?
But ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get Chelsea Green, or no, sorry, the Hervin.
Chelsea and Piper versus Zelina Vega and TBD.
And somebody. But I will be right back.
Right? KJ taking a pause for the cause as I got an advertisement for you can win a sweepstakes to go to Universal Studios. Hashtag not sponsored. Close to Orlando, so maybe that's why they got it there. Bro, it looks... Why did I click on that one of all the comments? Why did I click on that one? But, folks, I see we've been flirting with 100 people. We got 98 right now. Let's see if we can keep it going at triple digits and then keep it growing beyond that. But we got Zelina Vega coming out right now, and who's her mystery partner? Is it a debut? Is it a call-up? What have you? We're about to find out. Yeah, thank you, Wade. Thank you, Wade. Is it interesting that we go from a Malachi promo into Zelina? Why show the fuck? Why are we Roman Reignsing this? Alexa Bliss is your mystery tag team partner, TBD. Haven't seen her, I believe, since at least the Rumble, if not a little bit after. Been a minute, but yeah. They fucking Roman Reigns the shit out of that a little bit, or maybe she was just delayed because they kept showing Piper and Chelsea, but you heard the reaction, but saw not who was walking out. But Alexa Bliss is here. I don't know if she's gonna do the whole Tony Storm promo, but she's here. And now this is gonna be interesting. Of you paired her up with Zelina Vega, so. What happened here? Spaz going to be Alexa. Did Miss Green change her song? If she did, I did not notice. Cross is taking the Cody Rhodes route and trying to become undeniable. I don't. That's not a valid, or I should say, that's not an inaccurate statement. I was trying to say that it was a valid statement with that of. I think Cross has very much become that with the actual fans, with the fans that are going to be there week in and week out, buy this, buy that, everything. Cross is kind of becoming our guy. And he's been a guy that should have been a guy for quite some time. So it's not like, it's not warranted. It's a big shock. As I've got Piper and Zelina right now in the ring. So again, if you haven't done so already, let me know, folks, who you're taking for this match. Where you got Chelsea and Piper versus Zelina and Alexa. As yes, of course. See, I passed the curse on to KJ. Of it was broken when Sheamus came out on Monday Night Raw this week. The curse was broken, and so now KJ has it of every time he goes and takes a pause is when someone debuts, returns, what have you. That's all it is. That's when you need to tune in now, because Alexa's here. Does this mean we're getting closer and closer to anything with the Wyatts? Does she get involved? How does she get involved? As Zelina hits a double 619. My money is on Lola Vice. Well, you'll be wrong. Geekbox, what up? Wow, unless they muted the crowd, no one reacted to Zelina. I did not hear. But shout out Geekbox, by the way. Shout out everyone's second favorite box. Absolutely go and check out KJ's interview with Geekbox, Anthony's interview with Geekbox. Man's always doing all the reaction videos for anything and everything. Trust me, this man is out there doing vintage reactions of wishing I was back there making content creations back then. I think I remember seeing that, Chris. What did we see? Guardian Bidzardian. I'll say it again, by God. Yes, I said that in JR's voice. I'm so glad I found y'all instead of having to torment myself with Cultaholic. Oh, I'm going to star you just so I can show you the KJ later. But yes, no, 100%, as I'm in commercial break. And this will be, I guess, humble brag with Big Nick right now. But yes, again, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. 100%. Been there, seeing people try and do what we do, but we do what we do because other people can't do what we do. 100%. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. The best thing you can do is spread the good gospel of wrestling out there. We're just literally, we hit record. We're not any of those of well, I got to be friends with this or say this or anything. Of no, we're just the best wrestling friends you can't get in your real life. So you got them in your virtual life. But if you follow us on the social medias, you can have us in your real life. That got weird. But yeah. Alexa and Zelina for the win. Y'all remember when Mickey James called out Alexa Bliss biscuit butt? What? If that was his biscuits, then fucking give me some butter and some sweet tea, motherfucker. What do you think about main roster on Backlash tomorrow night, 2025? Alan, huh? Would you like to explain that a bit more? Yes, hashtag KJ curse. KJ the Conjuring right now. And hey, speaking of the Conjuring, I conjured up Anthony. If I know who's been excited for the newest Conjuring movie coming out, trust me, you and the missus. I'm going to see it one way or another. But yes, the KJ curse now is in full effect here. It was bestowed upon me of every time I took a pause is when someone would show up, someone would debut. But now KJ did. And we've got Alexa Bliss on our screen. Does she end up, again, when, if, when, where, and how, and wow, all that. I said words. Do we get the crossover of her and the Wyatt Six? Do we get her as the de facto leader? Or does she go back all out when she was with Bray? If she's kind of the one that controls it. Yes, Anthony, the Conjuring. But yeah, I wonder if does she work better if she's part of it? Like you have to. I don't want to do the whole Bray thing again because Alexa kind of taking over Bray and the Fiend and all that just didn't work for me. Over that, you kind of jumped the shark a bit with that. So it'll be interesting if they're targeting her, if she's working with them, what have you. Larry, wait, Backlash is tomorrow. Yes, just a wee bit. Absolutely. Backlash tomorrow. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be here live. Butter and sweet tea. What? Kevin, what up? John, what up? Jose, you just said Killer Cross buy his promos. Make it make sense. Yeah, no, I don't think so at all. I think he earns money with his promos. He's a fucking draw, I'll put it that way. KJ has now become the Blitz. Thank you to those How I Met Your Mother fans who got that reference. Well, there you go. My brain overloaded with jokes if you mentioned How I Met Your Mother. And granted, I didn't watch the show, but I wanted to make your mom jokes so much that my brain shut down. But we've got Zelina crawling for a tag as we're back in action as Piper breaks it up. Pre-show is 5 p.m. Central Time, Western Time, Eastern Time, Pacific Time. MTV. Anthony, why do you hate me so much? What did y'all do? As again, Alexa firing up for the tag and huge pop for Alexa getting the tag. And so now Chelsea and Alexa right now in the ring. Alexa and Nikki have a built-in feud with the Wyatt family. Alexa originally turned on Nikki to join Bray, and now Nikki is with Bo. Is that going to be the feud? Are they going to be paired again as a tag team? Because they were a tag team for quite some time. That's going to be the real thing. Is to me, what's interesting is how you're going to work her in. We all feel they're gonna, so it's just how you're going to do it. How do you execute the play? We all know on goal first and goal line or third and goal, you're going for the fucking tush push. How are you going to execute it? Shotzi said in an interview, oh, is that what the Shotzi talking about? She was set up or allegedly going to be in a feud with Chelsea, and then they kind of delayed. Yeah, I saw bits of Shotzi on Busted Open earlier today. But Chelsea going up top. Oh, taken up by Alexa. Trio. I watched great cinema. I just want to give Anthony the gift of great cinema in the form of Austin Powers. We're still out here gangbanging over fucking Goldfinger. Twisted Bliss. 1, 2. Piper breaks it up. Big Dog, what up, my guy? Been a minute. Cross can teach some of these guys how to cut a captivating promo. Absolutely. Super kick into the code red there from Zelina as Piper rolls out. Meteor on the outside. Oh, Chelsea's now is she gonna unprettier on Alexa? Sister Abigail literally turns that right into a Sister Abigail. 1, 2, 3, and Alexa and Zelina pick up the win over Chelsea and Piper. And again, very much still teasing the Wyatt connection, always intertwined. Of I don't want to say it because it's been said too much of the Harley to his Joker type shit, but Alexa gets the win with a Sister Abigail. I kind of don't like Piper's knee pads, but she has knee pads, so I'll deal with it. Is that just your long form way of saying you can have that? That ain't even what I'm mad at. Nick, that's definitely not PG. KJ, come get your co-host. All right, thank you.
Wait on
showed up now,
and I'm not
cursed. Turning the lights on.
I'm not cursed. I knew a TBD was coming, but I didn't care.
Nah, I bet you fucking care now. I bet you fucking care now.
I thought we might get a teaser, like a flickering of lights or something. I was open.
I heard internet rumor, so I chalked it up to internet rumor and didn't put a whole ton of stock into it.
Well, she's back in the mix, I guess. I mean, she beats Chelsea. Does that mean she gets closer to taking on Vega?
That's a weird combination there. One, she hits the Sister Abigail.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask you this, and that's so I'm going to take a pause. Whoa. Panic getting jumped.
Getting lit up like a Christmas tree.
Well, they're putting him to ashes, seeing if he can rise up because he's got Phoenix in his name. But how do you think that they involve, and I'm going to pause after I ask this question, but how do you feel they involve Alexa into the Wyatt Six? Is she a rival? Is she a leader? Is she a constituent? What have you?
Flair Bear in the house. Yeah, Nick stepping away, taking a pause for the cause, and I'll answer his question as Charlotte Flair has arrived to the building as well. But I don't know what you do with Alexa, to be honest, right now. Does it tie back into the Wyatt Six? If it does tie back into the Wyatt Six, what does that look like? Is it a revenge thing? Is she the leader? Do they pull her back in? Or are they after her for past sins? That becomes the question. And I mean, I don't know what you guys think out there. I think Alexa's great. I'm happy to see her back involved. I expected her to be somewhat more relevant around WrestleMania. Didn't get that. So, again, let me know what you think out there. How do you feel about it? And what is on your mind when it comes to Alexa Bliss? I care even less now. Petty. I am not cursed, God damn it. Alexa Bliss for U.S. champ. Book it. Let's go as we are in a commercial break right now. Don't forget, tomorrow we are back for Backlash. It's going to be a fun one as we get here at 6 p.m. Our Saturday streams are always crazy, so do not miss out. It's going to be a good one, and we will be your live reaction to all the action. Mr. Big Dog, I feel like it's been a hot minute. I hope you are doing well, sir. Welcome back. Leave Charlotte's plastic face alone. She makes it work. Again, I'm not sure if she's happy, sad, mad, or all of the above. You forgot the poll. What? I got a mess. All right, so 85% of you were right at some point. So there you go. There you go. Thank you, sir. Do appreciate it. Bliss as new Wyatt Six leader. Okay, so you think leader, John. I could see it. I could see it. Just keep it away from open flames. Let's go. What is that? Oh, yeah. Melt like a Barbie. That's it. Break time. Got to stretch those legs, stretch those lungs. What's on the mind? Leo attended a Maple Leafs game and giving them positivity throughout the playoffs. Well, there you go. Pope Leo, there you go. What more can I say about that, Christian? But yeah, the Leafs are in a battle tonight. Charlotte, for all the feels, doesn't change. Charlotte is literally becoming a Mattel Elite figure. Again, I mean, it's such a tough thing. I mean, it's an aesthetic world. It's an aesthetic business. And I know Charlotte's trying to do what she thinks is best. And she has every right to do so. But yeah, I mean, maybe just look your age. Maybe. I'm flying high again. My guy, been riding the love waves. Big dog, that's what you do. That's what you do. Enjoy, sir. I'm glad you got a smile on your face. 3 of the 4 horsewomen got plastic done. Well, again, I mean, it's a tough spot. But 3 of the 4. 1, 2. Yeah, 1, I mean, I think 1 had no choice because she got her nose broken, in all fairness. Charlotte won the dirt. It's not nice. Be nice, gentlemen. Fans forced into bashing on her looks forever. Chair. Yeah, I mean, again, low-hanging fruit a little bit, for sure. And I think a lot of people overlook what Charlotte did accomplish. And I think she did it in, even though people kind of hang it on her name, I don't think you can put it all on her name. I think she really battled. She's super athletic. I just wonder if we're kind of getting to a stage for the Charlottes, the Baileys, the Beckys, some of the Sheamuses that, we've seen them for a really long time. Good match in beginning, absolutely. Some people like plastic look. Yeah, it's not my thing. Give me natural. But that's hey. Charlotte is not. Guys, be nice. Chris, be gentle. Are we ever going to find out who Mox answers to? Does he answer to anyone, or is it just like Randy Orton, voices in his head? By the way, right now, are we doing this? They put up on YouTube every single time Randy Orton hit an RKO on John Cena. As we go to Hell in a Cell 2014, Randy Orton, John Cena running it back. And this is partly why I wanted this match, why I'm happy about this match, why I think this match is necessary and it will do well, is these little packages, these little vignettes. It's all about the history. It's all about the story. And John Cena might not be your cup of tea. Randy Orton might not be your cup of tea. But I think at the end of the day, you have it's the final page to the book of Randy Orton and John Cena, I believe. Can't date Charlotte parts. Spaz, $2 to pop me. Good job. I have the right to say what I want tonight. I'm losing another dog. Larry, T's and P's, man. Big hug. Cena and Orton had the longest rivalry since Triple H and Shawn Michaels. I mean, for that time frame, the top heel and the top babyface were these two gentlemen. For me, it's undeniable. It's even hard to argue against it. But these two were those guys. They came in at the same time, forever connected, and had some insane rivalries. So, again, whether it's your cup of tea or not, to me, it's a necessary part of what we're watching with John Cena. It's a farewell tour. We're going to check off some of these boxes. We're going to run some things back. We're going to come to some closure, some conclusions in the rivalries of the past. I mean, it wouldn't even shock me if they threw in like a John Cena Rusev match. Just maybe not a pay-per-view match, but I'd run it back again one more time, right? But I'm still standing on my business that we're looking at CM Punk at some point. CM Punk, John Cena, very interesting, and I kind of really want it. But we're back to the action. We're back to the ring. Probably not the action, as we have Charlotte Flair coming out in street attire. So we will see what the Queen has to say. Dun, dun, dun. Hell in a Cell 2009, Cena and Orton WWE Championship inside Hell in a Cell. And then again, some of the matches were definitely good. John Cena versus Randy Orton should have been WrestleMania 41 IWC. Yeah, can't please him. And again, Cena had to get that belt first. You get that belt from Cody. Again, I think a lot of people have talked about it. There's a lot of wrestlers that have talked about it. A lot of podcasters talked about it. It was not the best of finishes to WrestleMania. And it's unfortunate because John Cena getting that 17th world title at WrestleMania, beating Cody Rhodes, who had been the champion for a year, that people petitioned so hard for him to get that shot. And it kind of got overshadowed by Travis Scott. But ultimately, I think that this was the way to do it, especially with Backlash being in St. Louis, right? But Charlotte Flair getting into the ring. This shall be interesting. RKO, ice cream bars. Let's go. I think this match will do well, but they cannot go like they did even in 2024. No. And again, Chris, I think because it's Randy Orton and John Cena, I think they know their limitations. So they'll play within those limitations. Well, we're most likely going to get a lot of punches, a lot of kicks, a lot of, Cena will get dropped on the table on the outside. There'll be a lot of pace to the match. But I do think because they are who they are, they will know what to do. And you got somebody like Triple H at the helm. Like you look at the end of the era with Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Undertaker and that saga, and none of the three could go the way they used to go, yet found a way to kind of get to that mark. So I think Cena and Randy will do the same. Charlotte's got a mic. How you doing out there? Nothing but love, Larry. I know it's not easy, man. They're like family. Bradley, how you doing? Stoner, Jesus, may the blunts be with you, and kind wishes to Mr. Larry as well. CM Punk would cook. Yeah, I really want CM Punk because you dig deep on this one. You talk about the, Cena holding Punk back or getting in his way. Cena saying Punk wasn't good enough. Punk is too indie. I think there's so much meat on that bone. I'm down. I'm really into the idea that, yeah, especially in the narrative of John Cena is going to take the ball and go home. We know that vibe. It would take that belt and leave with it. We know who did that. So run it back. Immature wrestling crybabies. Well, join the WFU, big dog. Let's go. Let's go. Why are you so disrespectful for me? To me. Cena winning 17 should have been a money shot. Instead, it was a pop. Yeah. And again, it was really kind of overshadowed by this, Travis Scott moment, which didn't fit. And I think there was enough people involved. And again, anybody out there, be very aware. I don't care what company delivers what, level of quality. We have to call it the way it is. And the Mania didn't finish well. And it's unfortunate because it was such a monumental thing that just didn't feel right. Even when they run it back years from now in some clip, it's not going to feel like the moment it was supposed to. Let's go, big dog. Charlotte throws the mic down and the crowd waves by. Okay. Daytona not feeling Charlotte at all. Or Dayton. My bad, Americans. Lights out. Wait a minute. Oh, Storm coming through, interrupting Charlotte's exit. So are we finally going to go Jade Charlotte? Is Jade ready for the queen? They've teased it before. Dale feeling the queen. Let's go. Now they cheering. Again, mixed emotions. Charlotte looking nice tonight. All sparkly. She got like a fucking 12-pack. It's ridiculous. Charlotte Flair. Oh, there you go. Jade. So, yeah, I mean, Jade and Charlotte sizing each other up again. I don't know. Is Jade ready to get in there with the queen? Is that a leap too high? or can Jade rise to the occasion? What do you think? Dayton and Daytona, similar names, but very different places. Speaking of similar names, different places.
Yeah, well, we're in different places, but yeah, Daytona's in Florida, Dayton's in Ohio, and yeah, that might be much like your geographical guesses there. It might be a bridge too far of Charlotte versus Jade.
I feel necessary to clarify. I'm not uncertain of geographical position. I just misheard.
You knew it was in America.
I knew it was America somewhere, and we were going to get it right eventually.
Right?
But up next,
what the fuck is up with this cowboy hat, by the way? Why is she wearing it all the way like halfway up here?
Right. But what do you think, Charlotte Flair, Jade?
Please no. Please no. Well, the only way you're doing that in Jade or Charlotte's like, I gotta get my lick back. I gotta get my soul. If I will crush Jade, and that will put me back where I need to be. Because that's a sacrifice. And it's also you jump Naomi, like you talked about, of Naomi being involved. You jump all of that.
Okay, so here's a crazy thought.
Mm-hmm.
What about Charlotte and Jade working together? They want to hate Charlotte so bad, and Jade's a better heel than babyface.
Yeah, all right. So she turns heel while Naomi's a heel that she just threw a water ball at.
Shit. Yeah.
Right. So that's the thing, is it's like, why did you tease so much with Naomi when you're going to turn and tease this bullshit? You're putting carts before horses.
Does Naomi go after Tiffy and Charlotte keeps Jade busy?
Naomi should keep Jade busy. Fucking Charlotte, she's left without a dance partner in this. Sorry, not sorry. You're left without a dance partner.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Now, with right on.
So you set up obviously Jade versus Naomi. You had it there before, and she sat there and she starts off the show throwing a water bottle at her in a fucking truck. Not just her, not her, anything, like literally just her on the side of a truck.
Yeah,
it sets that up. So that's got to be the feud going forward.
You would hope
that means probably Naomi wins this. So sorry, Charlotte, you don't have a partner to dance with.
So just another little teaser. We've seen them do it a couple times between Jade. Do you think Jade's ready? It's sink or swim. If you throw her in with Charlotte, she's now in with the Sharks. So can Jade elevate and get there?
No. Right now, if you throw Jade there, you've chummed the water, you're drowning, you're dropping her in no shark cage in a great white infested fucking ocean with that. Like, no. Like Alexa, you would have a better chance there than Jade would.
Okay. Naomi chasing Tiffany has got a good vibe to it, and I just wonder if that's where Naomi can get to. But does she have to get through Jade first?
Oh yes.
Okay.
That we're not done, and I was surprised that Jade won. And that's the thing, is I worried they were going to end Naomi's heel turn with that. I'm glad they haven't, but you need to. It's on life support. You need to resuscitate that.
Mm-hmm. Now, Charlotte does come out and get a ton of heat tonight. The crowd's all over her to the point she throws the mic down, and Jade interrupts her exit, if you will. So the good news is Charlotte's back being Charlotte, the best Charlotte she can be, where the fans are just eating her alive, and she milks in all that heat. So she is getting a reaction.
But is that intended, or are we going to go back to where we see people on Twitter, leave Charlotte alone? She's trying so nice. She's so good and everything, when she's just getting booed of like, no, she's a fucking heel. Sorry. Flairs are inherently heels.
It just works. A couple people did. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to make a joke about they're all from North Carolina, which is fucking Tar Heels. So that might make sense why they're heels, but yeah.
Beyonce is on tour, Nick. A couple people had answers for the cowboy hat. So on tour. So Lady B followed it up with it's the Cowboy Carter era, Nick. That's why.
Save a horse, ride a cowgirl.
This ain't Texas.
You gotta know when to hold them. Know when to hold them.
Well, I got friend. We're just gonna go back and forth for a
I
while.
got friends in low place where the whiskey drowned and the beer tastes my blues away.
Right, sorry, we're back, and all this
Shakira fight, bro. She's Soruka. This is Soruka. This is Soruka in 10 years.
Who
Yep.
just? Hey,
Alexa! Hey, I said it, and they shall appear.
did you?
Yo,
Okay.
what is it with wrestlers, women's wrestlers on WWE right now being made to look short as shit next to other women's wrestlers? Alexa looks like a fucking hobbit.
Yeah.
Jordan Grace looks like a mole person.
Right? Oh no, Alexa's tiny. She's a spark plug, man.
Yes, but even what they did on NXT to where they had Lash Legend and shit show up, you had Amazonians next to Jordan Grace, who's supposed to be literally your Amazonian fucking Wonder Woman.
Right. Now, I actually do like the booking of Alexa Charlotte as a side story away from the belt. You know, we're just getting Alexa back into the mix. The fans love her. I love her. Charlotte, it scorches earth every time she comes out. Big boos, big cheers. I like that little rivalry, and it keeps both of them away from the title for a little bit.
But it gets interesting because do you involve the Wyatt Six? That's the biggest thing that's floating around Alexa. Like Charlotte, Wyatt Six, make sense. Pick up sticks.
Well, I mean, again, if you have a rivalry between Alexa and Charlotte, where you build to a pay-per-view, you go for that payoff, and then part of the payoff is the Wyatt Six helps Charlotte walk away with the dub, or helps Alexa because she's going to join them. So that's the one question mark with Alexa and Wyatt for me is she with them or against them? As we got company.
Tiffany.
There we go.
Fucking yeah. How many leopards did she kill for this attire?
I'm waiting for Nick to start purring.
Undercat. Oh,
I love joining to country music. There you go. Friday night karaoke here at the Wrestling for Life Network.
Sunday, every Saturday.
Nick and I are just going to go back and forth and see how closely connected we can get songs.
Literally, how distant can we make a connection so when the other person gets it?
Right. Just keep trying to connect those dots. So Ruka, don't get them. We're not going there. But yeah, no, leave Soul alone. And I get the comparison.
No, you're telling me though that what Charlotte was wearing wasn't some Soul Ruka ass attire. She had Shakira. Her hips were trying to lie to us.
Right. As we are off and running, Jade taking on Nia Jax for the number one contendership. 28% going Nia. 56 Jade. 16 nobody.
Anyone else just get Peg Bundy vibes though when they cut to the pause? I gotta say it, but back shot of Tiffany there with the leather attire and everything, the leather print. Is that or like Nikita Lyons of she's just out here hitting all the taunts again?
Right. Well, you can't have one without the other, folks. I'd love to see Jordan Grace versus Nia Jax down the road. Yeah, I could see it a possibility, but you got to remember, like I want to see Jordan get Nia up.
Well, no, that's great, but you got to realize you're speaking matches 6, 7, 8, 12 months into existence here.
Right.
Like these are not matches that I would hope to expect next week.
Right. Oh, leapfrog. I really wanted watch nice shoulder block by Jade. How's this one starting off, folks?
She fell into her. Congratulations.
What do you mean? That's what?
The shoulder block. Well, no. Let's not act like the shoulder block's out here hitting a fucking
nice execution of a simple move. And gets pancaked by the Samoan drop. Followed up with a leg drop.
I can't kick flip. Well, I guess we know that's not Darby Allin. I am late, but I am like 98. I rhyme. There you go.
Well, welcome. We had to a commercial break for most or some of you out there. But I'm still got Nia Jax all over Jade right now.
Yes, you can keep us abreast of the situation.
Absolutely. But Nia Jax throwing Jade to the outside and just taking a breather.
Pay could have got this, Bundy. What?
There's definitely a typo in there somewhere.
Or not. Dre saying, yes, KJ, good point. Wasn't Charlotte the one who destroyed the Alexa Funhouse back then?
Once upon a time, there's history there. Again, there's definitely history between Charlotte and Alexa. I mean, if you are trying to keep people active, they can't all go after titles. So you kind of want intriguing mid-card side stories, angles. I think that works.
Is outside of Alexa, Becky, Bayley, Rhea, Nia the only people Charlotte theoretically has history with on the roster still? Between her time off, between influx and deflux, I guess, of talent,
you got a
all of that the pool that's actually got a true history with Charlotte's slim.
Yeah, and I asked this while you were on your pause about, like, are we seeing like kind of a certain little smooch for hubby?
Oh, smooches.
We're about a minute and a half away from the return of the commercial break, or from the commercial break. Nia, big shoulder block on Nia on Jade, and it's still in control.
Fair enough, but no, you were talking about something you said while I was on my pause.
Oh yeah, sorry, so much going on here tonight. But you know, are we getting to the end of an era, like a little bit of a changing of the guard? Is the fan base now pining and excited for Julia, Io Sky, Stephanie Vacour, and they're like, you know, no offense, but Becky, Charlotte, Bayley, it's been a minute. Maybe it's time to, go with a different model.
You're almost at this point to where you're crossing of Rhea versus Bianca was kind of a 2-horse race instead of the 4 horsemen, 4 horsewomen, all of that we had before. And that almost, because of who was there beforehand, got eaten alive by that now you've got probably an Io, a Stephanie, a Julia, a Roxanne. Maybe you could replace a Jordan in there somewhere, but you've got almost your new 4 horsewomen that are kind of moving the needle when it comes to women's wrestling in WWE, and they're outsourcing, they're pushing out the old guard. Tiffany might be one. I think that's why we talked about during the prediction show about with Becky and Lyra. Becky's kind of the old guard versus Lyra's the new guard.
Yeah, and I think it's like, okay, we see this match coming as we're back to the action. Oh, we get a hold drop.
My hold.
But we get. How do I follow that up?
I don't know. You set me up too perfectly for it. You throw a fucking change up down the fucking pipe, and I'm gonna hit it.
Drop by Jade. Nice. Jade pancaking Nia.
I'll take 2 stacks of flapjacks. But yes, no, you were talking about the Becky old guard, Lyra new guard, the transition of the women's division, I guess. If not, we can talk about the action.
1 second. Sorry, the chat had me distracted there for a moment. But
fair enough.
And this match is actually rolling. I'm actually surprised with this match at this moment.
I honestly, I will give you that. I am surprised that this is not Clunk and the Junk, that this is, Smooth Operator versus,
don't jinx it,
Clunky and Funky.
Not my favorite super kick.
Well, I mean, motherfucker, now that we're paying attention, we're getting nitpicky as a
bitch. Nice looking spine buster.
Oh.
Jade showing the power.
Not just in the spine buster, but even in the pin. Power position, my guy.
Okay. I see what's up. I mean, this is going well for me. Where's Anthony? He's got to be in the chat right now. Let's go, Anthony. Where are you? We know you're watching this.
As Nia with a big ass powerbomb. I don't know if this is going the way you thought. 1, 2, dos amigos. Clunk in the jump.
Okay. What's that?
Big dog out here of the clunk and the junk smells a whole lot of funk. The rain and the
Try not to encourage them. Try not to encourage them. We opened Pandora's
I'm sorry.
We opened Pandora's hole on this one.
It just made me think of the rain in Spain type of shit. Oh.
Did she get her up? There goes Nia.
Coolest woman. Well, now 95% of that's just physics and gravity. You just are assisting the laws of nature.
Right. Absolutely. Fuck.
I asked you, MVP. That's too funny.
Frog
Splash. 1, 2. When did a frog splash become part of her goddamn repertoire?
A little bit of a coming out party for Jade right now.
Well, is she just kind of adapting the moveset of anytime you make a creator wrestler, everybody has a fucking frog splash? If you don't have a frog splash, you have a swanton bomb. If you have one of those two.
Do you have a frog splash? It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
All right.
Holy shit. Clean frog splash. I'm with you. This match is doing well. I was worried that this was going to be like trying to get a round peg into a square hole. See what I did there?
Yeah. Pump kick for a 2 count. There might be a whole lot of pegging in this match, but yeah.
A whole lot of pegging going on. Naomi! Whoa!
Naomi! I like that Naomi's adopted the whole caution gimmick.
Great. It's absolutely wonderful. The match is cooking.
Can I be an asshole and say she either did that for her husband or her fucking brother-in-law of so you know not to fucking drive? Caution.
Do not proceed.
Don't do that. Don't do that. All blows a kiss. Bombs Nia Jax. I almost said Naomi Jax.
Okay. So Nia Tiffy running it back, Nick.
You called it though. Of Naomi shows up and fucks up Jade's day, and Nia picks up the win.
Yeah. Look, Naomi is dialed in. That was a good match, good ending. And again, Jade takes a loss with purpose. It makes you want to see her get revenge. This was delivered well. Really surprised by this.
I still feel she should have picked up the win at WrestleMania. You could have gone that way with this angle. I know I'm staunch on that, but there still feels like it's a lot of Naomi chasing. Like we wouldn't be as excited of like, oh, they're still using her. They didn't fuck her up. They didn't fuck up. They didn't ruin the heel character. They're still using her. Versus if she won at WrestleMania, she's in the dominant position and Jade's the one chasing. If this was Naomi versus Nia and Jade's the one that interferes, that could have been a thing.
Yeah, to an extent. I see what you're saying for sure. But I mean, again, I think this just kind of it was Naomi's time to do something real different. So again, Naomi and Jade could really go for a few, but we got B-Fab and Mission talking to Profits.
Yeah. Has B-Fab won you over, or is she just like the Twitter queen at the moment?
You know what? There's something there. I mean, she seems to have something. Maybe her in-ring skills need to come around, but we don't see her wrestle a lot. But when she's on camera, she's not bad.
she's really, I think, capitalized on this is my moment of I'm not going to get a second chance at this.
Yeah.
So I got to hit this or I fucking strike out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Absolutely. But we are back in a commercial break. I want Naomi to be champion before the year's over. Naomi will be a champion before the year's over. I'll be shocked if she doesn't get it by the end of the summer. I think Naomi's on a trajectory to get that title.
Yeah, she'll be a great U.S. Women's champion.
Naomi can't win the world title?
No, I'm not saying that. I was more of just literally playing off of what you said. If you just were vague about she'll be a champion, we didn't say what champion. So
right, fair enough. No, I think she goes after Tiff. I mean, if Naomi happens to beat her at like a SummerSlam or Money in the Bank, I mean, it's not terrible for Tiff. Her first little run, you know, she'll have other ones, but I think Naomi's doing enough that yeah, she's going to contend.
I'm getting more and more as the days go on behind your kind of message of that we've gone through enough of a time frame of super long championship runs, and we already know we're going to have one or two that are going to be really long. So we're going to have a few that are a month, 2 months,
Yes.
4 or 5 months. We're going to have multiple title runs within a same year instead of year-long title runs.
Yeah, and I've said it before. I think it's cool in the sense of now when you hear that they advertise a title match, if you were maybe going to, you know, miss one, it kind of perks your ears up and goes, title match. That could be a title change at any given show, at any given time.
Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso for the world title on Monday Night Raw is a prime example.
Yeah, and I wanted it. Like, do it. Shock the fucking world. Blow the roof off this place.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and that made everybody sit down and pay the fuck attention real goddamn fast. But that's the thing is you can do that now. And especially when you know that you're not having a Roman Reigns 3-year title run type of thing going on, that it could literally drop at a fucking hat.
Right. 100%. I think this one's for you, sir.
Nick, you don't think Naomi is good enough to be a world champion? I never said that. Y'all put words in my mouth. I don't like things being forced in my mouth. I didn't say that. I just said she'd be a great U.S. champion. That's all I said. After all the stuff you talked, again, she will be a champion by the end of 2025. What champion that is still to be determined.
Yeah, 100%. We'll see how long the reign goes. I do like the possibility that she could drop it. I do think SmackDown's women's division's kind of been pretty good right now. As far as Naomi's kind of hot. Nia's coming back doing her thing, even though mixed reviews on that. Tiffy's doing all right as a champion. And again, I think you just had Chelsea off a good run. We'll see what B-Fab has to offer. Alexa's there now.
Right.
You're getting there.
Here, rapid fire for you and the chat. And I like this though from Larry. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Better division, Raw or SmackDown, tag team division right now.
SmackDown.
Better women's division.
That one's harder, but I'm gonna EO and where's Flair? She's technically SmackDown.
SmackDown.
I think SmackDown's gonna slate. Maybe can I call a tie on this one?
No, you gotta decide.
Slight edge to SmackDown.
I'd say Raw. Tag division, I'll give you SmackDown. Men's mid-card.
US and IC. Man, that one's so tough because they're both really good, just different flavors. It's odd. I think I'm going to go SmackDown again overall, though, because Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre. I mean, again.
It's crazy. You're going heavy SmackDown. I might agree with you on that one.
That one's crazy.
Women's mid-card. Raw has to be Raw. Well, right now, actually, because Chelsea was more prominent than Lyra until Becky showed up. So fuck.
Again, that one's kind of neck and neck.
Yeah.
Slight, yeah, maybe. Again, I think Chelsea Green's the X factor. Slight, I mean, is SmackDown going to win all these categories? And
No, just for you. MPB, no ties. This is playoff hockey.
Right.
We got to have a shootout. Men's world title. Raw. Has to be Raw. Has to be. Well, actually, fuck, because
it's John fucking Cena.
You're right. God damn it.
Right. It's so easy.
Like Rollins, Stormbreaker, Paul Heyman, Jey Uso, Logan Paul. Fuck.
Like that, they're both deep. I think because of what's going on with Paul and Seth and all that, I'm going Raw.
Fair. So first non-SmackDown pick for you. Women's world title. EO, Roxanne is same, yeah.
Raw, just because of EO, and I think EO's a bit stronger of a champ right now than Tiff. I mean, Tiff, Nia. I mean, you do have Naomi and Jade kind of in the periphery of the whole situation, but I think overall, slight edge to Raw on this one.
Last one, commentary team.
Oh, Mondays.
Wrong. It's the Wrestling for Life Network is the best alternative commentary out there. Absolutely 100%. You're on the show and picked the wrong choice, my guy. Yes, as I got the Street Profits coming out right now.
Do we know who they're fighting?
Health right now, because Montez is bandaged up in the midsection. So
coming off that ladder,
I'd be surprised if they're fighting anyone outside of getting out of bed.
Right. Arby's, home of the clogger, toilet and artery.
I miss weird ass question right now, but it just popped in my head because he mentioned Arby's, and I miss having an Arby's close to me, and actually a solid Burger King. I have a Burger King by me. They're trash. I wish I had a Little Caesars by me. Is there any sort of fast food restaurant you wish you had by you that you don't have by you? Yes, this is a fat kid ass question, but yes.
Something
I want. Chat, let us know 100%. What fast food chain would you wish you had by you?
We have a lot. We really do.
Congratulations, you're Canada. You're not as terrible as the US.
No, I'm just trying to think of like what
doesn't exist that I don't have.
I'll put it this way, though. There are places I'm very curious about as a Canadian. We get a lot of, we watch Fox. We watch,
right.
80% of our channels are your channels.
Ask away. If I can't answer, the chat will.
Like, first and foremost, y'all give food away compared to our country. You guys, your fast food is so cheap. It's ridiculous. We got Street Profits in the ring, guys.
Yes. Fast food very much sustains a large portion of our constituents.
And it's bigger. But
supersize. We'll come back to this on a commercial break.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing right now with the Profits. I just wish there were. It's weird that the teams around them I like. I just don't like how they've all been presented or anything. I just wished it felt more. It felt more important.
Yeah, and maybe there's been a little, like, we had a bit of like the Pretty Deadly DIY working together kind of angle that was okay, but yeah, I don't think there's been a like really intense rivalry involving the titles. It's been a lot of multi-team matches. TLC was awesome, but not that really focused rivalry.
Yeah, really great match, not a great rivalry.
Like,
no, go ahead.
Sorry, Nick. It's just like you have the Usos and or the New Day against who's the other team, right? Like, if they're going to be the Usos of now, who's going to be the team that pushes them?
Yeah, but
okay.
Axiom, it honestly needs to be the team because they've been the best tag team in wrestling for quite some time. I was about to say of tag team wrestling for the past 3 or so years has been an issue. But yeah, no, I just liked from Mike Wild up there of saying, as a former upstate New Yorker, shout out, by the way, of there's no Ponderosa Steakhouse by me. And that's, I know what that is. And it's funny because where I grew up, that was a thing very much. That was like the fucking Sizzler. Like, if you've ever watched the Ryan Reynolds movie Waiting,
Yes.
That was the Ponderosa Steakhouse.
Yeah.
If you lived in a small area.
Yeah. No, we don't have Ponderosa anymore that I know of, at least not in my neck of the woods. But definitely have been there a few times. I'm trying to think of it. I mean, again, like I said, I see all your commercials. So it's like, what is Sonic's like?
Like I said, we'll talk about this in a commercial, but I do like, speaking of commercials like this from Chris saying, Lil Boosie, I think he gets $400K every time Arby's plays We Have the Meats. No, it's Pusha T. Actually, the dun dun dun. It's a Pusha T beat, right? And they fucking use it.
As Sorry. Axiom is blacked right out. Pretty cool look on Axiom tonight.
Yeah, AK Nero out there.
It looks like Ant-Man. Yes.
Does that make Fraxia? Does that make Frazier the Wasp?
Maybe, right?
Well, no, I really like, especially adding into this division, Fraxium of you've got them in the same division as the Street Profits, DIY, Motor City Machine Guns. It's different than the Raw division of the New Day, the Viking Raiders, and my timeline cuts off there. But you've got Aldis, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, real quick. Nick Aldis in the house. You don't deserve a title shot yet. I like that.
We're in the heartland of America, so you're going to earn it. But you have very much the fast, athletic kind of tag team division on SmackDown right now. Again, you have smaller guys who work as tag teams and you know, will fly around like Fraxium has been the best tag team of 2024, Motor City, DIY, etc.
I think we're getting the title eliminator match, as some people would call it. It's Axiom taking on the Street Profits, and winner, if they can win, they get a title shot.
Oy
vey.
Well, how do you feel in chat? How do you feel about the title eliminator? It's a little redundant at this point. It's been overused, overworked.
I don't like it. I know that, it's a thing that has been done for a long time in different ways. When they did it right here, I'm not like rolling my eyes like, oh, fuck, because they don't do this very often. The tag team champions are running their mouth. The manager says, fine. If they can beat you, we'll run it back and they get the shot. Not my favorite. But like I said earlier tonight, AEW has done 4 or about to do 4 in 3 weeks, in less than 3 weeks. To me, that's too many.
But have they soured the market for it, period? To
an extent.
Yes, it's not the same company, but if you watch wrestling, I hate the fucking term title eliminator now at this point.
Right? Yeah, it's a little overdone. And like I said, we're using a lot of eliminators and tournaments and kind of.
How about they just have a match, and how well you do in the fucking match depends on where you stand and where you fall against that. We don't need to put extracurriculars on everything.
No, and to me, the easy solution is you figure out who number 2 and number 3 on the depth chart is. They fight out for that spot, right? Like you kind of treat it like.
I don't need to announce that that's a spot of.
What do you mean?
To me, it's just you have, as in, like Frazier and Fraxium should just come out here and challenge the Street Profits.
They did.
Now I don't think that. And all this has to do is, I like the idea of you two challenging each other tonight. So tonight in this ring is going to be Fraxium versus Street Profits. You can just cut off the title eliminator shit. And then just you have matches, and because so-and-so gets behind so-and-so, or you feel this way towards that person, you build it that way, organically versus fucking a pecking order.
Yeah, and just to be clear, I called it the eliminator. They didn't. But you're
Either
right.
way, we all know what they meant.
No, but you're right. Like he didn't. He did it the way you described and the way you want him to do it. Like he came out, said, "All right, you guys want to talk shit? We'll have a match, and that's it. We'll see where it goes." So I mean, again, kind of in the idea that you described there, and again, we saw it the other way at times. We'll call it this specifically. I mean, it's already kind of implied. If you beat the champ, you probably get a shot at the champ. So you don't need to, like you said, put an extra title on it.
Yeah, you don't need to explain what we already understand here. Well, Bradley's saying title eliminator matches is a joke. Jokee. Nick. Yeah.
Joke.
Joke, in just case you didn't understand it. But yeah, you don't need to add extra fucking peripherals to shit.
Right.
Have it be a contender match to show how you stack up versus the champion. And we all understand that probably if you win it or how well you do in the match should peg your position for a rematch or for a championship shot. You don't need to beat us over the head with telling us it's for that.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But we do have Axiom in the ring with Montez right now, folks. The poll went up a little bit late because somebody didn't hit enter. So make sure you get your votes in. Who you taking? Who you taking? Who you taking?
I'm getting a commercial for Little Caesars, and I don't know if you got one by you, but I want one. I want some goddamn crazy bread. I'm all game for a $5 hot and ready.
Let's go. Yeah, no, I got one right up the road, and that's definitely a go-to clutch kind of thing.
Right.
Especially
speaking of clutch kind of thing, we got Frazier.
Right? In a pinch, especially. Pop in, grab a couple hot and readies, you're good to go. Life's good.
Fucking crazy bread, the pretzel crust. Trust me, I'm a mark for fucking Little Caesars.
Do you have like the stuffed puff things with the cheese, and do you have those? Or like,
we don't have a Little Caesars within like 100 miles of me. So and the most I can get anything close to that is like some shit from Walmart in the frozen food section that I'm paying over market price for.
Right on, right on. Well, I got Nathan Frazier in a side headlock, or holding Dawkins in the side headlock. 62% of the chat going Fraxium. Street Profits 31. So not a lot of love for the champs, and 8% say nobody. So yeah, I mean, again, I feel like a good opportunity to have these guys pick up a win, and then you run it back at Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah, honestly, that's literally where my brain was starting to go. You run this back at Saturday Night Main Event. Is Saturday Night Main Event about to, be more stacked than Backlash?
It could be. Like, I mean, we know that
you're going to have 2 world titles, and right now you might have Street Profits versus Fraxium for the tag belts.
Yeah, we know Cena's on the poster, but we don't exactly know what he'll be doing yet. And then you do have, like you said, we're going to get the Jade, Logan Paul most likely. Let's get this match in there. There's some things cooking right now that Saturday Night Main Event could be a really good card.
Right. As Dawkins tried to hit the pounce on Frazier, and it was more flounce and bounce than it was pounce.
He hit him with the walrus.
He hit him with blouses instead of pounces.
Just kind of rubbed up on me.
Just kind of touchy-feely'd him.
Saturday Night Crown Jewel.
Huh?
Yes!
We got a Friday Night Crown Jewel, I guess, over there.
Yes.
Watch the score. Tell everyone.
Toronto Maple Leafs tied up with 9 minutes to go in the third.
Tied up.
Yeah, they were down.
Did you just say it's tied at 4-4?
Yes.
Do they have goalies in this game?
4 is, fair enough.
It started off 2-1 with 20. You told me they scored 23 seconds into the start of the game. Our goalies playing?
The goalies are playing well, believe it or not.
Are they just fucking like Goldberg and the Mighty Ducks? They're just zip tied up there.
Two very offensive teams. Again, hell of a game. But yeah, no, I mean, the goalies are playing well. I know 4-4 sounds like a lot, but yeah, no, we're all right on this one. Fun game.
Yeah.
But right now, Dawkins in control of Nathan Frazier. Irish whip into the corner.
Right. Oh, twist and splash. You forget how good Dawkins is because of how great Ford is. Like Montez Ford is the Jeff Hardy of this group.
Oh, for
and
sure.
Dawkins is sorry, not sorry. He's the Matt Hardy.
Right. Jose, that's jokes. But I agree, man. Dawkins gets overlooked a little bit, but he's a beast. And he's really athletic for a big guy. I think Dawkins can do some damage. And eventually you imagine these two will have that parting of ways. I think both guys can do something.
Yeah, but all the tag team moves there from Fraxium on to Montez. And again, he's still wounded with the busted, bruised hips and everything all taped up. Tope con Frazier. I feel if Street Profits split, Dawkins, U.S. champ, mid-card scene, Ford's your main eventer guy. He's your breakout. He's your Sean to Marty, and I know they're not that level, but he's your guy versus Dawkins, I think, right now.
Yeah, 100%, man. I think, but again, I do think there's a lot to be offered from Dawkins, but yeah, I mean, it's a fair assessment as it stands right now.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I still think Dawkins will be good. And trust me, I have a terrible track record. I said Marty kicked Marty just kicked Sean, and Sean got released out of those two that I was talking about. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tournaments are lazy in a lot of ways. Yeah. I mean, try to again, at least try and build a little more story into the tournament. But I mean, even with the Owen Hart here, I feel like you kind of lost the momentum having the semifinals as far
everything is lazy when it's overdone. That's the thing.
That's true, right? Yeah, just do what we did last time.
That's the biggest thing. Think about it. What are you excited about for Double or Nothing outside of Hangman versus Ospreay, Hayter versus Mercedes? That's it. That's advertised for Double or Nothing, and that's kind of feels like the building block of that whole show.
Right. Absolutely. Spaz, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm not going to click on it. It's a little too strong. So we will keep clicking on by. But remember, keep it as respectful as possible, folks.
We like being on YouTube. Help us stay on YouTube.
I know we get a little wobbly sometimes as far as, gray in the rules. But let's not really set everything on fire. Can you imagine Rock and Roll Express versus the Hardys? Yeah, I mean, maybe.
That sounds like a derailment if I've ever heard one.
Right. But yeah, I mean, again, you kind of think back to two very innovative teams for their times. Yeah, I think it would be a fun fantasy booking.
Yeah, there's certain companies that rely on a lot of fantasy booking, and there's certain ones that, yeah. Wait, well, have we finished our whole discussion on Peg Leg, or are we moved past that?
Well, again, we got about a minute to come out of commercial break. I think we said all we can say. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. I think at some point, I mean, what more can we say? I don't think it's a great decision. I really don't think it should have been happening.
Fair enough. I'm going to let that soft insult pass. What? I'm ready to put people in timeout for real, Bradley. Keep it above the waist.
Right. Get along, folks. Again, keep it clean.
Right. Public Enemy was Johnny Grunge and Flyboy Rocco Rock, and then thank you for the history lesson, Big Dog. I think piggybacking off of somebody mentioning about Hank and Tank, how we've compared them to Public Enemy and all of that.
Right, but Frazier. Oh, misses. We got This Is Awesome chance, by the way. Match is rolling on pretty good, Nick.
Right. Have we made a decision on who we think's going to win?
The chat went Fraxium, actually. It's kind of leaning that way. Set up a match for Saturday night main event. Especially with this match going wins.
Yeah.
What's that?
I just said it's a non-title, so Fraxium probably better suited to win here.
Right.
As Ford just kind of walking through
big close
right now. Yeah. Turn that man inside out.
Flips.
That's the thing is Montez Ford is like freak athleticism on
Right.
a different level.
Standing
Like,
back.
can I fantasy book a match of Kevin Knight versus Montez Ford?
I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be good.
Right. That goal was crazy. I don't know what goal.
This.
Thank you for now. You've already passed on this man before, but now you lead me to read this here. You
No.
horse to water.
I didn't. I was just Oops.
Oh, thanks.
No,
I'm glad I didn't read it.
But
no, Spaz, we love you, but just we like being on YouTube. We don't get paid to do this, so we like to keep doing this. Yeah,
Boston, dial it back a little bit, and you got as well. I'd appreciate it from both of you to behave and knock it off. But we are still in this tag match. Again, the crowd's super into it.
Right, we're adults here.
All the girls.
I think SmackDown is the best weekly wrestling show on TV. Ooh.
Again, a lot of people having this debate right now. How are we at with it? So,
yeah, well, and it's yo Tower of Doom blockbuster.
I love it.
Two, as Axiom breaks it up, but that is the question. We talked about this even briefly before we went live. Of SmackDown has great moments, has great stuff, but it almost like, let's be honest, we're all kind of counting down the days until it goes to 2 hours.
Right. No, I mean, again, 2 hours. I think that's what it is. When we talked about it, like we talked about the feeling of the show, when we start listing out the actual like divisions, I feel like SmackDown's got some stronger divisions, but I think the 3 hour show has kind of been a grind.
The story aspect, the build aspect has been the thing, as Street Profits getting dumped all the way on the outside. Tope. Oh,
Frazier eats it.
Well, that's like power slap, motherfucker. Like, god damn.
Oh, blind tag.
Snap a back of the head insecurity there. It'll make sense though if Axiom picks up the win here, non-title match. You build towards a feud between all three of them, all of that.
Oh, big splash. Montez! And a back elbow.
This man not only broke up the count, he fucking leapfrogged right into your homes, right into your living rooms with a fucking uppercut.
Right?
God damn. And off of a Spanish fly into a Phoenix splash. Is this what the Street Profits can do to the tag division, or is this what, Axiom can do to the tag division?
Both. I really think this is a coming together of both. Like, Axiom does not have bad matches. It's been a long time since they have. And Street Profits can go. Undeniable. Can go.
Sky high.
You give them a chunk of time and let them go. Not a 6-man tag, not an 8-man tag, a straight up 2-man tag with rules, with tagging, and then you hit your high spots.
The team that overcomes bad booking meets the team that overcomes bad creative.
Yeah.
You have the team that doesn't have bad matches versus the team that shouldn't have bad matches. Frog slash nobody home. And again, Montez has the ribs taped up.
Right. So you kind of a built-in excuse.
Right.
Oh.
1, 2, 3. When have they ended a match on that? The kind of set you up Russian leg sweep drop kick off the top rope.
But Axiom beats the world champ. Dawkins'
pace is just 1,000-yard fucking stare.
Right, Mr. Brand. Not exactly. Not tonight, anyway.
Not quite.
Non-title. They're coming back Saturday night main event, I believe. Geekbox speaking in code. Where's Geekbox? What's that?
GG LGGD GNM LLM G dot LDVM LGMC G2LY. Fucking hieroglyphics out here.
I'm trying to like code it, but yeah, no. What's up? What's up?
He geeking out here. He geeking. I like Larry. Geekbox, ditto. Whatever the fuck he said, I agree with it.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Facts. He said it better than I could have. Well, and now how do you feel? Show of respect.
I think they're gonna get beat up.
Please, that you have to. This is just too awkward and weird. And
you think this is awkward and weird? Why is this awkward?
Because Street Profits are supposed to be heels.
Fair. But they put over the young ones.
Fuck.
We're okay.
Just dump them. That's all you had to do at the end of that fucking segment. Was just somebody just hit somebody. Why don't you worry about me?
Oh, there you go. Took the words right out of my mouth. Let's go. Show some respect.
English speaking, are you how?
As Nia's shaking her head, Tiffy walks off. Oh, we're talking Patty.
I don't give a shit. Willow Tree, Bumblebee, Applebee's, Gunther and 5. Yeah, again, that gives enough time. Gunther can have his little, Pat can have his little pot shots. He can run off, this and that. The second Gunther catches him, game over.
Yeah. No. I think this is going to be a far more interesting, entertaining, drawn-out process. I do not think Pat will win, but I do not believe that it will be less than 5 minutes.
The only thing that helps that be longer than 5 minutes is like what you talked about on Thursday is literally just Gunther chooses to drag it out. If he chooses to play with his food, then I can't predict that.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I think it again. I think we might be underestimating Pat here a little bit.
The reason that Pat's going to do some things and why he was a former athlete and all of that is why I'm giving him 5 minutes instead of 30 seconds of a 15, 20-minute barn burner is just depending on how much Gunther wants to play with his food, or if somebody comes out and starts a new feud. Is there anyone that could interfere to where Pat wins?
I don't want that to happen. I don't want Pat to win. I don't want Goldberg or anybody to cause Gunther to lose. I think if you have an angle set up for Gunther for SummerSlam or whatever, then run it then, but do it after the match. But I shall return, Mr. Nick, and we'll be right back as the show rolls on, folks.
Right, now I'm getting the replay, the setup of what setup Pat versus Gunther as they had to hyper focus and hyper saturate this goddamn video package. Gunther attacking Michael Cole. He's used to this from fucking Heidenreich, right? I'm not really a big fan of Gunther or Walter. I hope they don't bury him. Oh, they won't. Gunther will win this, and that's what I'm saying. To me, it's all due respect. I like Pat. I'm a fan of Pat. I was a fan of Pat before he ever did anything with WWE. Trust me, I think anyone that's watched this for a minute knows I take inspiration from Pat. But he's not a pro wrestler. He's not a guy that's wrestling week in and week out. He hasn't had a match in 2+ years, I believe. So him versus Gunther coming just off of being a world champion, it should literally be Pat has a moment. He has a flurry, and then that fucking, the candle burns brightest before you get stomped out in the fucking night type of shit. The second he gets a bit of a flurry and everything is when he gets snatched up by Gunther and match over. I respect his dip, duck, dive, and dodge game, but Pat's not winning this, and I don't. Again, to me, the only way that the more this match goes on, it's more just Gunther playing with his food. That type of vibe of he's just prolonging a beatdown. But we're getting the replay video package between Pat and Gunther. And I will give Pat credit. He is great on the mic. He is a great promo. But this is still Gunther. This is still literally just coming off of being your world champ. So he needs to walk through some people to allow me to reintroduce myself. And then who does he face post this? Geekbox is pulling an MDB. What? Money to people for Mad Time. That's wild. What? Darby Allin back from Everest and immediately wins the AEW World title. No, he's too busy out there doing kickflips and all that. The God Satellite Crown Jewel will still be better than AEW Dynamite or Collision. I mean, why are we gangbanging on breakfast with this shit? Why are we preemptively throwing shade at things? Like, how about we just live here before we start just gangbanging on preemptive as we're about to get Malachi versus Carmelo. And I like that this is the feud coming out of this because obviously the him versus Miz feud, and I mean him as in Malachi Alistair, that was pretty much just kind of, hey, welcome back. Here's something to welcome you in the door a little bit. But Carmelo versus Malachi, we saw what Carmelo could do with Andrade, and we've seen what Andrade can do with Malachi. So if I'm playing, dividends here, these two together should make some magic. And if this is the feud going forward, we at least got 2 matches out of the Miz, so we know we're going to probably at least get 2 matches out of Carmelo. But I got Carmelo coming out right now as I got to find the slide. The plane boss, the slide. Yes, so let me know, folks, who you're taking right now, whether you're taking Carmelo Hayes, the man rocking Andre, not Andrade, but Andre's golden cranium upon his chest, around his neck, taking on Malachi Black. And I guess side note, let me know what lyrics you think Malachi Black's theme song actually is. I know what it's supposed to be. I know Boston told us this. I don't remember. It's something blah, 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 evil. But yes, I think this is going to be a hell of a match here coming up. I know it might be still kind of quick, Stark out, eat your black mass, thanks for playing. But I don't think that this is the last match that they'll have. And if this is a back and forth match, those two together, I think will be good. I love the Van Albert say, hey. 86K in 24 hours. What are we talking about? Y'all do you, I guess. Crazy world. Nobody wins. Big Dog saying hashtag Black Mass. But I'm in commercial break right now as I'm getting an advertisement for Money in the Bank. So I will shamelessly plug of we're out here covering anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. Again, often imitated, never replicated. We do what we do because other people can't do what we do. But we're here covering anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We've got Backlash tomorrow on Saturday. We roll right back straight through Monday Night Raw, NXT. We're going to break on Dynamite. That's where we're getting, Zach Gowen and all of that. We're getting peg legs aplenty there. We're getting Joe versus Moxley in a cage match, and then we're straight through. I think that's Thursday live, which, by the way, though, Anthony, if you can hear me and back me up on this, anyone who's watched TNA, if you have not watched it, go and make time out of your day at some point and go and watch the dog collar match between Steve Macklin and Eric Young. I wish that they would have done that on a live and maybe hyped up a little bit more, but that was an amazing match. Like, that's one of, I could argue very much that could be one of the best matches of this week by far, if not one of the best matches of this month. So go and watch the Macklin versus EY dog collar match from TNA last night. It lives, it breathes. Fair enough. May 23rd, TNA pay-per-view Under Siege. Absolutely. Again, just adding it to the list. We'll be here. We've already got, the streams up there for when we're going to be here for Saturday Night Main Event and so on and so forth here. So absolutely, we got you covered for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. Got that. Well, he's not coming back or getting the title tomorrow night, boys. Huh? Who are we talking about? C Money's answering Chris. I think our buddy Geekbox butt banned you for a day. I wish we could overturn it, but I don't think we can. Chris, what happened? What happened to Chris? The Geekbox, that would be a first if someone's been butt banned after, I guess, the butt comment from Geekbox. But yes, Chris, anyone out there, if you can hear us from the void, and you did nothing wrong, trust me, we probably agree with you. I have nothing right now in my power to do, but we appreciate you, as I'm still in commercial break of what in the fucking kayaky bullshit is this with the Go Deluxe? But what else can go wrong? Christian, why you gotta say that? I will win the predictions title in your honor. There you go. MDB's winning it on behest of other people now. No man is ever truly good. No man is ever truly evil. I do things you never could. Thank you, Dennis, of giving me the lyrics before I read them. I can tell you now, those are not going to be the lyrics that I probably mouth sing along with, what have you. I understand those other lyrics. But yeah, it's a lot funner to do nonsense because it has that such the distortion and everything. As I've got Bianca and Steph right now. Has anyone watched any bit of Steph's Place? All that. Anything? What's your story with Stephanie McMahon? So that's now, she has Steph's Place on ESPN. What's Your Story is now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and on the WWE YouTube channel. Hashtag not sponsored by any of this. God damn it. But how much Steph McMahon is doing the most of, like, I don't work there, but I'm doing the most there type of shit. More involved with things that they're potentially not supposed to be involved with. Stephanie McMahon or Bill Belichick's girlfriend. Macklin versus EY was an instant classic, as to be expected. So Malachi about to come out. I have not watched a moment of Stephanie's show. Fair enough. I've seen clips. I've not watched a full episode, I will admit. Nick, I've told you the lyrics before, but you just disregard them for your jibber jabber. Absolutely. That's why I said, Dennis, I appreciate you. I know you're going to tell me everything I should say, but still what I won't say is I got Malachi coming out right now. Yeah. It all sounds like just noise to me a little bit. It sounds like you're speaking to a fast food in speaker box. I would like our cheese. Fine. Go. 1 minute out, okay. Jump. Anyone else thought it was like Rage Against the Machine or something? That did his theme or something, because it's all just very screaming. And normally the time they do metal shit, it's normally Kill Switch. And it's not, Cephos or Jim Johnson, all of that. But or no, who was it? It was, what was it? Cobra that did all the Brave stuff too. Yeah. But no, I'm just so glad that I just obviously clearly naturally like that he came back with his OG music, but I also like that there's no, it's still fantastic, but it's a bit more grounded. It is not like, yes, he does still fucking Hannibal Lecter rise from the center of the stage, but at the same time, we don't black out and he just cuts away to being here, and he's got a pagan headdress and all that on. He's more of just dark, moody badass versus fantastique, as we've got Carmelo Hayes versus Aleister Black again. Let me know, folks, who you taking for this match. And respectfully, why is it Malachi Black? Aleister Black. God damn it. Yes, Code Orange. Thank you. Yes, Code Orange. Game tied 4-4.
OT.
Well, the 2 to my 2x4 just showed back up.
I'm gonna have a panic attack. I had to go for the last minute and a half there just to catch the end of the third. Sorry, but yeah, no, we're rolling along. I did want to say shout out to It Lives, It Breathes for their song Root of All Evil. And if anyone was wondering, no man is ever truly good, no man is ever truly evil. I do the things you never could, and we won't be equal, blah, 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 blah. And the chorus is, you point your finger and play the victim. So take your best shot, release the pressure. You perpetrate your propaganda, and now I'm calling you out. So, yeah, okay, little, lyric time with the channel.
Yeah, well, no, trust me, my guy, of plenty of people, I asked the people of what do you think the lyrics are, and instantly everyone's like literally just sending me, no, this is what it is. Like Dennis sent me the exact lyrics. MDB's like, I've sent you the lyrics and you still don't read them. But yes,
73% of the chat going with Malachi.
As to be expected, I feel.
Oh.
If this is do you like this as the feud more going forward versus him versus Miz?
I think Carmelo's a more fun battle, and the Miz on the outside adds a little X factor to it, kind of evens the odds for Carmelo.
Is Miz closer to being a manager than he is world champion?
Yeah, I think there's a role for Miz. I mean, Miz is a guy that can move into like a GM role one day as well, like as a heel GM. Right. I think Miz would be good. And constantly bragging about all the things he did when he wrestled. I think that Miz, if he wants, has a pretty long post-wrestling career with this company.
Miz is really talented as a character. Yeah. The in-ring things, the more the discussion.
Yeah, no, 100%. And again, I think sometimes people, because he's been a heel for, 95% of his career, kind of people overlook the fact that he's a really handy guy, and he's put a lot of baby faces over at the sacrifice of his own shit.
Yeah, well, he's been more of a speed bump more than anything. Like, that's the thing, is it makes sense that Aleister's welcome back feud is towards the Miz, because that's an easy, that's the tutorial before we get into anything serious.
Yeah, like he's a real handy guy to kind of, again, you bring in a new baby face, you kind of line him up with the Miz, and it kind of sets the tone real quick.
Right? Well, I'm going to handy my man over somewhere else here for a brief period here.
Right. But we are rolling. But Bradley, don't threaten me with a good time. I never shy away from getting into a tune, buddy. Let's go. But I don't know how versed I am in death metal off the top of my head. The Miz won in life, the greatest champion. Oh, I looked down and they were showing a replay of Florida getting a goal. I almost cried. But ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the action in about a minute and a half. Nick's on a pause for the cause. The channel's rolling along, and Carmelo is in control of Aleister Black throughout the commercial break. Let's go. Oh, Nikki. Oh, Nikki. What's up, Daniel? How you doing? KJ Karaoke. I like it. I like it. Let's go. I said our dream, one of our dreams on this channel is to get a copyright for a song that we sang that was so close to the actual song that we got a copyright flag. It'd be a dream come true. Did someone say death metal? Let's go. Dun, dun, dun. Did it happen, or do you want me to bring it back? Don't freak me out. But no, we are 30 seconds away now. Yeah, we should bring it back, shouldn't we? Play with some buttons. Ba, 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 ba. I want to bring it back. Let's go. Let's go. I spent a lot of time undoing that problem. I don't know if I could I could tweak enough. But right now, you guys should be coming out of commercial break. Aleister Black is fighting out of the beating he's taking from Carmelo. Gets hung up on the top rope, folks. KJ Payne. I like it. Let's go. Wow. Big kick from Malachi. Have KJ Jam. Now I just want to mark it KJ Jam. Aleister Black is your spirit animal. Interesting way to put it, my guy. Carmelo up and through, down, up, over. Let's go. Blame it on the alcohol, folks. We are rocking and rolling. All we do is win no matter what. You may be in love with a stripper, but the show rolls on as Malachi down, Carmelo down, and we got a lot more to come. Still 45 minutes left in the night before Backlash. If it happens in a kitchen, I'm down to do it, my guy. But no, not yet, not yet. I feel like I more look like a guy that makes moonshine. KG jam and peanut butter. It just sounds like a wild Friday night, big dog. Let's go. Throwing forearms off the ropes. Malachi coming back and forth. Why did you think it was directed at you? Crowd clapping. Malachi on fire. Springboard, moonsault, DDT. Malachi checking on his tooth. Just floating through the air, Malachi Black. Fair enough. As good as reason as any. Making your own moonshine down by the creek. Wait. Oh. Okay, we had a little rockabye baby, but we get there. We get there. Up goes Melo. Melo fights out. Let's go. Not a bad match, folks. Moonshine Jam. I'm down. Let's rock and roll. Kick out off the brainbuster. Miz hitting the apron. Carmelo able to get his shoulder up. Does his own thumbnails and backgrounds in it, so he's definitely not a one-trick pony for sure. No, I'm like Travolta back in the day. I'm a triple threat. Let's go. I do all the things. As much as I could do, I do. Fun way. Just learn as much shit as you can, folks. Spaz, KJ. If it's not quite the heavy as death metal, it's a little aluminum. As right now, Malachi Black just standing over Carmelo, lifting him with the foot. Miz to the apron. Roll up. And he gets a roll-up win. Black Mass to Miz. Out he goes. He laid him out, says Joe. How we feeling? I know some people are like, oh, roll up. It's all right. But he gets to kick Miz in the face, so that's the trade-off. We would be the podcast. Yeah, right? Hockey jerseys and moonshine. The Wrestling Park boys. Should put a challenge out to them. Not sure who has the better toy collection, Matt Cardona or Malachi Black. I know Cardona is infamous for his. What happened? So Miz screwed up Carmelo. Malachi gets a roll-up pin, and they keep Melo looking strong as well. Miz eats a boot, so we get the finish anyway. Oh. As I got Jacob, I got Solo. Jacob not happy. Melo looks strong. There you go. I agree with that. He really didn't. I don't mind that. I don't mind. I think, again, because he didn't eat the black mask. He didn't get swallowed by Malachi real quick. Pause. But he literally, again, he has an excuse. He has an out. They can run it back. I'm okay with it. No breaks. Jacob Fatu rips a strip off Solo in a lot of ways. I think this is going to play into tomorrow, folks. I really do. I really think Solo might have something to say tomorrow. I hope we don't get a 7-game series between Melo and Black. No, I don't think they're going to go directly 7. But maybe you get a couple out of them, Boston. As here comes Legado del Fantasma. Tasma. So Los Garza here for a match. And I'm not sure who they're fighting. I will put a poll up in the chat, folks. Let me know who you're taking, as soon as I figure out who they're fighting. Jacob said something, not sure what. Let's go. Would Jacob Fatu sell the black mask? Yeah, I think so, to a point. Again, it might take 2 on Jacob or 3. But yeah, I think you have to. You have to keep the finisher sacred to an extent. Jacob's got that 80s sweater shouty promo. Yeah, right? All we're missing is Mean Gene, C-Money. I'll be fine with 3 tops. Interesting. 5-0. Do not anger the Samoan Werewolf. Yeah, I'm wondering how this will tie into Backlash. What will happen tomorrow because of the issues here now? Is Solo just going to take the tongue lashing? Is Solo going to kind of accept the fact of, Jacob's kind of bypassed him? Or will the jealousy play out, as we all assume it's going to? And Solo has that opportunity now to kind of dig in. He is getting a lot of heat still, which I'm surprised with, but I'm happy about, because if you do Solo Jacob, the fans should be into it, especially if Solo has backup. Garza's chest tattoo. I think it's makeup. I'm not gonna lie. I do not believe it's an actual tattoo, Guardian. That's it. They just wash it off. We are in a commercial break, folks. I will take this moment to remind everybody. I'll remind everybody, get your merch. Go get your merch stuff. We are revamping the merch site a little bit over the next little while. So any of the shirts we have up now, make sure you get them while you can. They're all priced to sell. Support the channel. Get your swag. And again, if you take a sign with our logo, to a live event. We'll send you a t-shirt for being so nice. But with all that being said, make sure you go check out the store below. Click the link. Hoodies, tank tops, crop tops, short sleeve, long sleeve, multiple different colors. Go check it all out. But don't forget, we are back tomorrow, 6 p.m. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a very interesting Backlash. How will this play into Money in the Bank? How will it play into SummerSlam? What will happen? Can Randy actually pull it off? Could there be a little bit of a miracle? But get in that chat tomorrow. We'll talk all about it. The Saturday streams, you can't miss them, folks. Don't forget, we're here all week long. We got more coming your way, heading towards a couple big marathons. And, of course, we're heading towards 2-night SummerSlam, all in TNA Under Siege. So much wrestling going on. Money in the Bank, SummerSlam. We called them all. But, folks, like, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. Thank you for joining us tonight on this Friday night. And, again, share this link with everybody you know. And let's grow this party. Can't stop loving that tune, Top of Life. Right on. After loses the belt, it just went downhill. MDB to all right, to Boston. So I'm thinking there's a real chance that Jacob loses that belt tomorrow. Solo screws him. Interesting. Pause. Well, here's the thing. I kind of worry about that. It would be a real quick run for Jacob. So, yeah, I think I said it earlier, Boston. Do you do Solo versus Jacob for the title, or do you do Jacob drops that belt to a Drew or to maybe back to LA? Does Damian steal it somehow? But ultimately, does Jacob lose the belt and you go non-title Solo Jacob? Is that enough of a family feud, blood rivalry that you don't need the belt? Or does the belt put a little bit of a spicy meatball on it? Speaking of a spicy meatball.
Well, I was going to come off of Family Feud of Show Me Naked Grandma. But yes, well, what I missed on the chat and everything when I took my pause, do I need to come back at you and me going fishing in the dark? But to me, very much of, I think I said it before, of Jacob versus Solo for the title is kind of all that you have left. If all the family is decimated by injury, the title is the last thing worth fighting for.
Yeah. Yeah, really. Like, I mean, again, yeah, I would kind of lean that way too, as we're getting the signs of the night. But yeah, I mean, I think for me, the rivalry feels a little more on point or a little more exciting if you're fighting over a championship.
Yeah, but if the family was still involved, I don't know if we would have said that. Like, we've said it with a few feuds recently, actually, is the personal feud outweigh the title feud? Does Bailey Becky outweigh the title? Does a Solo Jacob, if the family's involved, outweigh the title?
Wait, DIY jumping Fraxium and MCMG.
I still don't. They realize their issue and Ciampa's as quickly as humanly possible, trying to grow that beard back. He's at least Hulk Hogan.
That look,
WFA, what have you, his Freestyle Wrestling Association levels of beard.
Right. I mean, again, at least he's coming in with that natural gray.
Oh, he's not just a member, he's a client. Anthony, do you think Jacob going to turn face? I think he
organically evolved into. Yeah.
No, I was agreeing with you 100% of literally whether he wanted to or not, that they've made him a face, like the crowd has.
Yeah, they're right with him. They love his promos. They cheer for everything he does. We saw it even tonight. If you hit Jacob, you get booed. People don't want to see it. As okay. Andrade El Idolo. Def Rebel bad.
Yes, we know. Well, and now how many people are going to be bullshit about the fact that, oh, we got Andrade in this spot? Well, just be happy we got Andrade on the card.
No, I'm okay with him in this spot. It makes sense. You tie him into kind of.
Oh, I know. I'm not saying you, or I'm not even saying the chat. I'm saying if I get off of this and I open Twitter I'm gonna get real mad real fast.
Yeah, no, and nobody really should have an issue with this. It fits, it makes sense. There's history here, there's family connections, heritage connections as well. So
if they want to, they can fucking unleash a hell of a goddamn mid-card right now.
Oh yeah, let's go. And I mean, again, great, like potentially outstanding matches. And you look at it, MCMG, DIY. We just saw the Street Profits. We see Fraxium. And then, Garza's put on a couple really good matches the last couple outings.
Yeah, it's always interesting how work rate only seems to be a discussion if you start with a vowel instead of a consonant.
I think at times it's just kind of over, or like an unwillingness to give credit where it's due. And I think sometimes it's easier to say, that's the WWE. They're about stories, and not really give some of the matches super credit.
Well, and that's also vice versa, where we've dealt with people that won't actually watch AEW and just chalk it up to that's AEW, that's nonsense. There is still talent, there is still matches to be watched within that.
Yeah.
But it gets lost in the sauce at times.
Yeah. They got some amazing entrances right now. Amazing entrances. Like we just saw Malachi Black. Now we're seeing Phoenix. Like some really good entrances. We do debate the music at times, and you're rightfully so. But the entrances are good. MCMG's got a great entrance.
That's a bit of what Hunter was known for. He was out there, Terminator, MSG when he came back on Denim on Leather.
Right.
We've seen the videos of him out there working through with talent on their entrances specifically. So, so we're gonna get Andrade and Phoenix. Is this a tag match or a fatal 4-way?
Tag match.
So Andrade and Phoenix as a tag team versus Los Lotharios, Los Lobos. How far is heaven?
Right. And again, I think Phoenix comes in. Santos kind of tries to buddy up with them. Phoenix is outnumbered. Andrade steps in to support. It all kind of works. And I mean, again, I think we're going to benefit from some really quality wrestling.
Well, did you need to move Phoenix away from Penta, at least for the time being?
The only reason why Phoenix and Penta aren't together is Tony Khan. And it might have worked out for the best, because Phoenix getting delayed, they were smart. They got Penta running.
But they still could have, even if with him being delayed, they could have still brought him on Raw. They chose where to bring him.
So if you let me finish on that one,
right.
It's that Penta, you didn't want to stop Penta's singles momentum. Like he was really hot, and he is really hot right now. So you kind of introduce Phoenix, and in time they'll find each other.
Fair enough. We'll get around there. Still will be interesting we talked about it last night, of Penta versus Dom, who leaves IC champ. If Penta wins, is that more just you moved on to another level and we can get Dom versus Finn, what have you? But
yeah, I think that's the story to tell, and Penta's a good story. You get the fans excited because fans like myself wanted to see Penta kind of steal it. But again, I think if you're ultimately building for him to be in a tag team, you've done a really good job establishing Penta on the roster.
Fair enough. Question for you and the chat.
Yes.
Would you rather get the Los Lotharios tattoo or the Cody Rhodes tattoo?
I'm going Los Lotharios. I like the
just because I can hide it.
And I can hide that motherfucker.
Well, and even then, if that's still just generic claw tattoo versus adrenaline in my soul.
Yeah, no, we're good. But 88% of the chat taking Andrade and Phoenix. Garza got 0 and nobody got 12%. Hilarious.
How does that feel if you're in the match and you lose to nobody in the poll?
0%. The rare egg, the rare zero, zilch, nothing, nada.
Oh, don't worry. I feel like somebody between these two is leaving tonight with an egg in one way or fashion.
Oh, Phoenix up. Oh, gets kicked in the back. Oh, double moonsault in stereo.
If you move with moving Axiom to main roster, would you be better suited if you move Los Lotharios to NXT?
I mean, potentially, I think it could be like kind of a upper top team in NXT, opposed to kind of a lower team on the main roster. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. But I do like the fact that they are getting a little more love here on the main roster and doing decent, doing pretty strong.
Escobar, Escobar,
right?
North American title sounds a little bit better than Escobar. Ad break till we get to John Cena.
Right. Yeah, we're coming in late with the John Cena segment tonight.
Oh, well, that's closing out the show. If you're not starting with John Cena, you're ending with John Cena.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the Vince McMahon. Oh, my egg. Have you seen my egg? Egg. I need an egg.
Was that found in Discovery? I think that might have been brought up in Discovery.
Right. Oh shit. For those who can't see right now, Garza is in control as they work over Andrade in the corner.
Fair. I have a commercial with Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Goldilocks and all this shit.
Right. Yeah. I mean, again, Big Dog kind of agreeing with the idea that they might be better off in NXT. They were strong in NXT, and I like the fact that Santos moved up, and I like Santos a lot. But like to your point, Garza themselves, they were there twice. I mean, do you put them back there?
Fuck. But does NXT become this kind of refresh button? I mean, we've seen it with a couple people, and even we've questioned like Tony D'Angelo. He's almost been down there so much, we question if he can make the jump up. So do you send some people down to be a refresh or restart?
Right. Yeah, that's a good question. And I think it is that for a lot of people. I think there is an opportunity there. I mean, even if Natty went down and had a run down there and got the NXT title and made them chase for a bit, I would be cool with that.
Well, Natty's been great on her own. Now even she's out there. She's made anyone give a shit about the NWA. I know you sent in the group chat about the Crockett Cup. Did we score?
No. 6 minutes left in OT.
Damn, we're in OT. But I know you sent the thing out on the group chat about the Crockett Cup and everything. We used to be hard in the paint for NWA, and now Natty's been involved in that a bit more. She was involved in GCW. Like, now you're seeing WWE, or if I can't use you here, I can use you there, and you can play here. You can do this. This will work a bit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, it's not a terrible idea, and it's not nearly the demotion people feel it is at times, and it can benefit you. It really can.
How many people are already counting down the days to recently released WWE product that signs with TNA, and then they just backdoor their way back into the company?
It's like a weird thing. It's kind of like it's budget cuts, right? But you're lowering the wage because now you're getting them the same people at a better price. A rental fee.
Yeah, I'm going to stop selling this product, so when I buy it back, I can get it at the bare minimum.
Right.
Oh,
nice.
Poison Rana.
Poison Rana, big one.
Yeah, standing Poison Rana, by the way.
No.
I believe in the Maple Leafs. I was trying to find a way to make it rhyme or fit in the context, but yeah.
Fuck off.
What did I do? FedEx with a step of basically to the back of the head on Garza.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Fuck Brad Marchand and fuck Panthers.
How's it counted? Are we official like referee whistle?
Florida takes it 5-4 in OT.
But the fact that it had to be OT, and this is what, game 2?
Game 3.
Game 3? So, right. So you've got Leafs up 2-1.
Yep.
And it took OT.
Yep.
So
there's hope. We're feeling good.
I'm walking you home and now. I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'll take it.
Yodi, KJ White, and Big Nick sound better than the SmackDown show. That's what we do. The wrestling might suck. We never do. So thank you.
Absolutely. We're not just your wrestling friends you need in your life. We're your alternative commentary you can't get in your life.
Right. It's only one. We're good. We didn't expect a sweep.
Yeah. Could you imagine if I had to deal with the Bills versus the Chiefs in a 7-game fucking series?
7-game series. I don't think you'd make it. I don't think you'd
have to find the sound bit again. I'm not going to have an aneurysm.
Yeah, no, I don't think you'd make it. I think we'd be on here doing like the Nick Memorial stream if that had to happen.
It's so hard to say goodbye.
But the very cupped Phoenix.
Yeah, speaking of cups.
Sharing chops.
Yeah, the fucking 17-time Stanley Cup champion, back cup champion, Ray Fenix out there. But no, think about it. You had to have Marchand in overtime. Literally, you called him the Maple Leaf Killer.
Yeah.
Out there, and that's what ruins game 3.
Oh, I hate him so much.
Right, but you've got to be what at this point in the series playing away?
Yeah, we're on the. I mean, again,
you're on the road.
Yeah, the old rule in hockey is you're not in trouble until you lose a game on home ice. So Florida did well by defending their turf tonight. So again, hell of a game. Could have went either way, but I'm feeling good. We're feeling good. Go Winnipeg.
It's positive. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh,
one.
Santos distracting the ref, fucking up Humberto. Yeah.
Why does he have to have his shirt off? What the fuck was that? What in the sit out Styles Clash was that?
Right. Oh.
Yeah, but no, when have you ever seen that? Is this man had him hooked like a Styles Clash and just sat like in powerbomb position on his face?
Tag to Andrade. This match got a little clunky here. Do you not feel like it? Like we're a little like
I still
never mind.
I always love that spinning back elbow because it looks so organic, so natural. It is very much he hits it like he's following through of I big booted you, and this would be the next thing is I'm stumbling through on momentum.
Oh, up and over, Phoenix flies. Nice. The double hook neck breaker.
Yeah, what? I feel like there's 50,000 other people that use that as a finisher, and what is it called for other people?
Well, it's funny because forever he was using the hammerlock DDT. So, we've seen a little bit of twist, and Phoenix hugging his friends or fans or both.
Yeah, well, Andrade got a little scuff on the chin here. He might have taken a puck, straight off the helmet.
Kick.
He got 2 minutes for high sticking.
Takes down in. So, yeah, there you go. But now they're still teasing Santos having issues with the rest of Legado. So, technically, Berto had the pin, and it was Santos that caused
Is it wrong of me to think that that Andrade could end up AAA Mega Champion, Worlds Collide and everything? Fuck off, Alberto. Despite re-signing, which would be the stupidest fucking decision ever.
Look at me when I talk to you. My name is Dan.
The poison for Cusco. Pull the lever.
Oh, Berto. What did the Berto say to the face?
I'm $5.99 on the value menu.
Garza not sure what to do.
Berto versus Sammy Guevara coming soon to WWE.
On Evolve next week.
Exactly. Somehow that might be an evolution from Ring of Honor. Is Sammy Guevara on Evolve?
So they're saying Wade's going to be on the call tomorrow with Michael Cole.
The call? What are we?
Another break.
Fucking Make-A-Wish Foundation for McAfee before the match?
What?
Oh, on the call, as in commentary. I was like on the call. What? I was like, are we all having a press conference of like, I wish Pat the best. I hope he can make it home safe. I have his wife and 911 on standby.
Right. Dude, that was dumb enough to make me smile.
What is me?
No.
Dumb enough to make you smile.
Right. What did the bird say to the face? Flat, flat, flat. As we got the Fatal 4-Way. So we're running through the card right now. Looking at the clock, I think there's only one thing left to present, and that would be the Chomp.
And again, you kind of need this, and I mean, is it the best time to do this, at least on the go home? Because we talked about it earlier. Randy's carried this. He's very much dragged John through the mud. Unfortunately, 15 other of his employees and his constituents got released right before Randy cut a promo about John. But John Cena being involved in this has really solidifies. This feels like Edge versus Randy, greatest match of all time type of thing. Of like, this is the one last time of you kind of feel like you're going to get a Panic at the Disco song of, oh, this is the moment you waited for. Yeah.
Speaking of songs, did you catch the new the fact that Dynamite's now using Sum 41?
Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep my. All right, is that the one that they're fucking using? Because no one told us at all. Wait, which one is it?
Let's go. Yeah, no, it's not one of their.
You asked a fucking kid from the 90s to not name a Sum 41 song right there.
Right. Another breakup. Yeah. But no, I mean, again, really surprised last night. They actually did a lot of the shows. They haven't been doing any type of opening sequence. So they came back with this one. And again, I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was cool.
So we're already past. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
I miss it. I miss it a little. I mean, maybe if we got Sum 41 doing "I'm so excited."
No, right. The faster we're falling, we're stopping and stalling.
Is Collision still Saturday nights all right for fighting? Considering it's rarely.
I thought it stopped being that once Punk got fired.
No, I thought it stuck around for a while. Fact checker.
No, I thought it changed and then it came back.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Is it still Elton John for Collision? Because they're not on Saturdays often anymore right now. Anyway, they might.
No, it's just closing time. Open doors and let. Well, if we're going 90s music, like I said, if Dynamite's going to be I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep, Collision might be where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep tonight.
Right. But folks, we are in a commercial break right now. And again, we're just waiting for John Cena up next. We'll see what Randy Orton has to say as well. And this is it as we get set up for tomorrow. Back at it, 6 p.m. tomorrow. Don't forget Backlash. It's going to be a fun stream, a lot to talk about. And again, Saturday nights are always a good time here on the channel. Be a friend, tell a friend, take this link, share it with everybody you know. Let the world know about the party on Saturday night. We hope to blow up the chat. So it's going to be a fun one. Don't miss out.
Yeah, do it. Do you feel that they've built enough that this feels, like I said, and funny enough that it was on a Backlash of the greatest match of all time of Edge versus Randy Orton, that this feels as big as it should be, could be, would be. Of this is the last time you're going to see John Cena versus Randy Orton, mano y mano in a pro wrestling ring. Like if Randy wins, he's number 15. He's third on the depth chart, third in the record books here, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's been done well. I think they've played into the history. The video package has been good. I think we're in the right direction with this, and I think going through the Backlash card on Thursday with you and Anthony, I really did kind of feel like most of the matches I'm interested in and I'm looking forward to.
Fair enough. Well, like I said, my main question was, does Cena versus Orton feel the level of it? Like, this is, to me, that match is very much carrying this show. This show revolves around that match.
Well, that's your main event. I think that's the case.
Right, well, yes, but this is
like,
very much, it's the main match that matters on this show. There's not a secondary. We were arguing on Thursday about an ancillary.
I think I just explained the opposite. I think it's a big match, and it is the poster, is the face of the show. But the Fatal 4-Way for the U.S. title is an extremely good match. Gunther, Pat McAfee, I think is going to be better than people expect. Becky, Lyra, IC title as we get John. Like I said, on Thursday, as we were breaking down the card, it felt, again, like it's a pretty solid show.
This is very much the flag-bearing match, though.
Well, yeah, it's the main event, bro. That's
but
that's
anyways, I got John Cena. Yeah. And I like that even Randy's line of, he didn't raise your children, he just raised your merch prices. So mom and dad have to work a double. So he has to raise them.
Right.
Fucking Buckeye, goddamn John Cena out here. I feel like we've kind of talked about it on Thursday. I know we've talked about it across streams and everything. Does John Cena, right off from that sunset, staying a heel, or does he have his moment of redemption?
I think he will come full circle, even if he kind of goes out as the bad guy that takes the L, but then circles back to say goodbye. I could see that being a thing. I do think that at some point, he'll have his heartfelt goodbye to the people in the wrestling world.
Fair enough, but I dig him wearing the title belt behind him.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's kind of what he's done in the last few here. So it's his kind of sticking his nose up at the wrestling world.
I'm going to ruin wrestling.
That's it. That's what he's trying to do. And so far, I mean, mixed reviews on how much he's digging in here.
Well, it's how much can you hate John Cena? Like, God damn it. All right, you made him a heel. That's what I wanted all along. So now I like you did what I wanted you to do.
Yeah, a little bit in a lot of ways. So,
like, let's be honest. He was out there, the muscles and Brussels, and they still were buying his merch. He called out the little portly skin kid that was out there head to toe in John Cena gear.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then he told the other kid his dad was a loser. Well, the crowd is rippled. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Listen to the noise.
Do you find it interesting, and I don't know if this is an intended nuance, but I find it interesting that now they bring the new ring announcer for SmackDown, and John's kind of made him his guy. And I've seen people say that the biggest John Cena heel move is he doesn't recognize Stu anymore, his camera guy.
Right. But look, stands right in front of him, makes him re-say it, the greatest of all time.
Whoa! Oh, beer bottles thrown.
Is that what that was?
Yes, there's a literal beer bottle, and I swear to God, it hit John or it hit the top rope, and he literally stops the ring announcer. He's grabbing it. Imagine a fucking Michelob Ultra # not sponsored, but think about this though. This is the moment we've gotten to the point to where they're literally throwing trash in the ring at John Cena. That's not planned.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, again, and then You're right. The reaction is heavy. It's loud. This has been the loudest building of the week, the loudest moment of the week. The place is unglued right now.
And he stops and takes the whole time and hands it and fucks it off and everything. But Kofi reached in, what up, my guy? But yeah, that is so much of that's literally you haven't seen that since new world order.
Right.
To where they're literally throwing trash in the ring.
The finger poke of doom might have actually been the last time you legit saw that kind of rage.
Well, that was just visceral. They didn't actually throw anything.
I think did they not throw some stuff? Were they not
they
pissed?
They threw Russo off the bus, but that's a different thing.
But
the reason you're reducing empty bottles
of beer.
It was 6,988 subscribers on the wall. The Orton.
I'm gonna quickly ask the moderators.
Okay.
Did somebody get put away by accident?
I don't know. So y'all do you. Y'all
know, but I just wanted to check if somebody's been permanently kicked away by accident. Hopefully
you check what you got to check. I got a John Cena Buckeye in the center of my ring. 100 matches.
Running his stat sheet, bro. Running his stat sheet.
But this is what makes Cena work, because this is what you sell him as the GOAT and all of that, because God damn it, you can't argue with numbers.
Right. Shout out to Kofi. Shout out to Dirty Heels. Go check out our friends, folks. But thank you for popping in, and appreciate the thumbs up as well.
Right. Did we pull anyone that needed to be pulled from the Phantom Zone back, or are we?
Yes, 2 people, Chris for 24 hours and Larry for a half hour. Wasn't me. That's all I'm saying. All right. Well, behave, boys.
Yeah, let's not abuse power here.
Geekbox? What the fuck?
Well, he was out there gibberishing and all of that, but yeah, again, let's not abuse power. Let's not go full mental here. Let's not go full John Cena, full spray tan Paul Heyman out here.
With great power comes great responsibility. So anyway, John Cena is in the ring.
Coming soon, the Uncle Ben strain. Great THC comes great responsibility. Randy Orton is a liar.
You big phony.
You're a big phony.
Himself. Yeah, you knew he was going to say that.
Shit, though. But John, is it interesting that who would have thought in 2025, as of right now, Randy's better on the mic, or has cooked John better than John would cook Randy?
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, I don't want to. I don't think we should sleep on what he brings to the table, right? I don't think we should overlook the fact that
Randy's not known, though, to be heavy on the mic and everything.
But yeah, I mean, again, I think, yeah, I guess it wouldn't be his calling card, but I don't think not his forte, but definitely not a bad one at all.
Fair enough.
All right, so I don't see either one of them in the Phantom Zone.
Everyone's getting parole right now.
I don't know if I can do anything about it.
That's not loyalty. That's cashing a check. John Cena said it. I didn't mean to say it, and perfectly in time with that. But yeah.
He's a lazy boy. I'm just a lazy boy. Lazy boy.
I'm speaking by putting my feet up on this whole situation. Have injuries, bad attitudes. Because again, You've got the history of Randy. Stupid.
Right?
Randy Orton is the greatest of all time.
Doing the bare minimum. He's shitting all over Randy right now.
But this is, again, this feels good because these are guys that have that history that they aren't pulling punches anymore of. Now we're going for haymakers here.
Right.
And I know the discussion of a Mount Rushmore in wrestling is always talked about. Is that a generational thing?
Yeah, to an extent.
Right off my coattails. Well, we mentioned a bit Thursday, I feel, of is Randy, Cena, Dwayne, Austin, Hunter, HBK, what have you? Is that you think you're special? You do.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Are those the two that are forever linked there?
I think in a big way, yeah. John Cena just rolling right now.
Oh. 2006 drug test.
Failure. Unreal.
Yo. That's a fucking deep ass cut.
Again, he's unloading.
The Heyman level here is he makes a mockery of what a WWE superstar is. I am respect.
Right.
I mean, it looks like.
That's insane.
If you get what you've talked about of a Punk Cena thing.
Oh!
There's no way that's Randy. AA to JOB.
Right. Is it a decoy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah. Listen to the crowd. It was a decoy. Watch out.
Ah!
Turn around.
I hear voices in my head. You can't see me because I'm RKOing your ass.
As Randy takes out John Cena. The decoy work.
Looked like he was about to huck to her after he just did that shit.
Just felt good. Big Randy chants. Let's go.
It's so weird, though. John's the heel, Randy's the babyface here. Has this ever happened in their paths crossing before?
No, I don't think. Well, maybe no.
Well, fact checkers let us know, commenters let us know all of that, but I don't think this has ever been a situation to where Randy's the face, John's the heel.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. I mean, I don't recall it. I was even thinking like early John Cena Thugonomics. Did he? No, he was more messing with like the Rocks. I don't know, but was that Miles Bourne?
Riley Osborne.
Who the heck was that guy? Yeah, who was he? He sent out Riley Osborne.
Who the fuck is that guy?
But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of SmackDown. That is the end of the show. And we go off the air. Randy Orton standing tall. We know the rules of wrestling. He who goes over on the go home is in trouble the next night. So get your ratings in. How did you feel about the show? What did you like? What didn't you like? What was good? What was bad? What was in between? And as we head towards the door and Backlash tomorrow.
Better SmackDown. Interesting how I feel about it as a go-home show. Last segment, I was already sold on the match either way, so it was at least good to see a John clapback. I don't know how you feel, sir.
I liked the show tonight a lot. I felt like the 3 hours went quick overall. Like, I didn't feel like it dragged. Right up to the last segment, I was into a lot of the things that they did. Again, it feels like a long show in some places, but ultimately, I think they're setting some nice things up. I thought the in-ring was pretty good tonight overall as well. I'm kind of in that like 7.5 range, Eric, 7. Yeah, I thought overall it was good. And you go off with the air with John Cena, Randy Orton, setting up tomorrow night's pay-per-view.
Is that the issue, though, still consistently with SmackDown and why we're clamoring for June 6th of just condense the shit a little bit and it'll be a whole lot better.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that's a big part of it. When Raw was 3 hours, SmackDown felt like the better show. And it was for the longest time. Now that SmackDown's a 3-hour show and Raw's fallen into this like 2 hours and 30 minutes, Raw feels like the better show overall. So, yeah, I mean, it was a lot of good stuff, but it's such a long watch at times, even when it's good. John Cena absolutely murdered that promo tonight. The rest of the crew came in as far as like the Legato stuff. I like the Phoenix stuff, trying to work him into that angle for now. I think it works really well. Yeah, man, I was pretty happy with this show overall, but I think I'll go 7.5.
Does that work for you as a go-home show for a pay-per-view? Of we're 24 hours removed from John Cena versus Randy Orton, one last dance of that. Like, we sold a pay-per-view. Was it 7.5 of an all right SmackDown, or is that like high praise for a go-home show?
It was a good go-home show. I mean, I think they set up what they're doing tomorrow. Not all the matches on the show tomorrow are from this particular show, but especially where you go off the air with that kind of moment between Randy and John, perfectly done. I think they're also setting up little things for Saturday night main event. The Fatal 4-Way got set up pretty good as Solo and Jacob had issues. So how will that play into things? Drew McIntyre stands tall with the belt above his head. So yeah, I think they did a good job selling me on tomorrow.
Fair enough. I'll give you a 7.5. I really like Charlotte and the Alexa thing, and we got Alexa back. That's really interesting going forward. And we finally got John involved in the John Cena versus Randy Orton last dance kind of feud. So I really like that. I think it was better as a weekly show versus a go-home show. I think they did better to prolong after the show than the show that they have tomorrow. But I think, again, though, we've said that Backlash will always kind of go in at a deficit and come out at a surplus. It ends up ending better than it does going into it. So,
fair enough. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I thought they did well. Friday Night SmackDown was horrible till John Cena promo and Randy Orton RKO. Fair enough, Jordan. I don't really feel that way. I give it a 9. Favorite part of the show was Chelsea Green having a party at Nick Aldis' office and the demise of Legado del Fantasma and John Cena and Randy Orton drug test. Big key point there from Christian. So 9, 7, 7. Well, of course, no Trish. Yeah, that's the gag. 8 out of 10. OG Dale. Oh yeah, I mean, Charlotte, Jade teased. That to me is the match of the night because I didn't expect it to be good. Nia and Jade was a really good match. Like I was really impressed with where my expectations were and where they delivered.
Fair enough. My match tonight is Axiom versus Street Profits.
Oh, that was a hell of a match. But I expected that to be.
I understand your pick of it over exceeded it. But yeah.
Right. Yeah, I was really surprised with how well that match went. And now again, Naomi's still a problem, and we knew she was going to be. The show was okay. I'll give it a 7. Yeah. I mean, again, 7, 7.5, 6.5.
Average SmackDown. Average.
It was good. I thought it was above average. I thought it was good. It was good.
So C+. C plus. If we're going on a scale, I don't know if you got a different metric system or anything. Do you have an Alouette, Gentil Alouette type of scale or anything?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of there, like B minus, C plus. I think it's fair.
C plus kind of evening, I think, for SmackDown. Of like I said, of if you're into Backlash, you're already into Backlash. They might have done some stuff to sell you towards it, and again, we finally got John Cena, Randy Orton, and finally we played into that. But I think a lot of beyond this for SmackDown played into next week's episode of SmackDown. Like,
this. Go ahead, finish.
Everything with Alexa, everything with Charlotte, everything with Jade, especially everything on the women's division is not playing in this pay-per-view because guess what? It's not on the pay-per-view.
Therefore, you
can't next week.
Yeah, so I mean, again, I think they hit what they had to as far as the go. Like this idea of like it was a good weekly show, but not a great go home. I think it was perfectly fine for a go home. They sold the pitches. I think it's
that's why we got differences of opinions.
Definitely have those
differences of syllables and context of words. Yes.
Yeah. Didn't catch SmackDown anything. Get added to Backlash. No ads to Backlash. Good night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Friday Night SmackDown. That is the show. That is another stream. And again, we are back tomorrow, 6 p.m. live. It's going to be a fun one. Make sure you be a friend, tell a friend. We're going to blow this one up tomorrow as we are here all night long for all your coverage. Go check out all our socials. Be a part of all the fun, all the shows. And thank you so much for being here on a Friday. See you tomorrow.
Go Leafs, go. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you talk about that rest, you put up with that full life with it.
Come back tomorrow. We got a Backlash. See you on the flip side. Good night.